어쩌라고 count my way up 뭐라 해도 so what 얻고 놀자 먹고 놀자 어떤 말이 오게든지 live your life
Once again, I'd like you to warm up and find your seats, find your friends. Welcome everybody to our event. We will be officially starting in 2 minutes.
당황할 거야 할 거야 It's so easy 뒤집어놨으니까 이젠 좀 여유롭게 놀까 날 향한 올라란 철로가 독하고 고독했던 시간은 그냥 팔로가 바람 따라가다 보니 원한 대로 말한 대로 나도 이렇게 쉽게 되는 일이 없다는 말에 심스러워져 심장이 돌아 호기심을 자극해요 없고 놀래 엄마 몰래 다 없고 놀래 모두 놀래 양성이라서 밤에 날아다녀 양성이라서 밤에도 국조가 마법의 생성 마법을 부리고 마성의 소리를 어디다 내뿜어 뭐든지 참아내다 knockout match 느낌이 가는 대로 play now match 어딜 봐도 너무 easy I just make it easy I make it well 뭐라든 말든 뭐라고 살든 느낌이래요 다 풀어버리고 가 Make it well 선보여 치든 개도여 치든 let me know 다 쓸어버리고 가 그놈의 맞춤 now 언제라도 now I'ma make it look so easy Come on watch me now 어디서든 돼 당황할 거야 할 거야 It's so easy 잘난 척은 아픈 것만 먹고 뭐해 용감한 못난이가 싹 다 역전해 판을 키워보자 네가 원한 대로 아님 내 식대로 Let's go Let's go 없고 놀래 엄마 몰래 다 없고 놀래 언제라도 나 I'ma make it look so easy Come and watch me now 어디서든 다 당황할 거야 할 거야 It's so easy
One look give 'em whiplash Beat drop with a big flash 집중해 좀 더 think fast 이유는 이해 못해 왜 이제야 너만 did that Day one no I've been bad
So before we start all the fun, I'd like to officially start our event by asking you all to please rise for our national anthem.
Kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Please remain standing for our prayer to be led by Carlo Luis Salcedo.
Let us all bow our heads and pray. Eternal God, our loving Father, we humbly come before you today, gathered here at this Team Philippine Christian University 𝗟𝗓𝗓. We thank you for this opportunity to assemble, to learn, to collaborate, and to celebrate Ascend Beyond Limits in the PCU 𝗟𝗓𝗓 auditorium. We acknowledge your presence among us, and we seek your guidance and blessing upon this gathering. We are grateful for PCU 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗡, an institution dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, the development of character, and fostering of Christian values. We thank you for the vision and dedication of its founders, leaders, faculty, and staff who have worked tirelessly to create a nurturing environment for learning and growth. Lord, we ask that you bless this event. May it be a time of fruitful exchange, insightful discussions, and meaningful connections. Grant wisdom to our speakers, attentiveness to our participants, and a spirit of unity to all present. We pray that the values of PCU 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗡's faith, character, and service be reflected in our interactions and decisions today. May we be inspired to see our talents and knowledge to serve our community and honor your name. We ask for your protection over everyone present and for safe travels to and from this place. May your peace reign in our hearts and minds. We commit this event to your care, trusting in your divine providence. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord, we pray. Amen.
Ayan. Welcome everybody to our very much awaited Ascend Beyond Limits. Unleash your domain. How about you give yourselves a big, big round of applause. Thank you so much for coming here. My name is Jana from AWS Cloud Club Philippines.
And you all may all now seat. My name is 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡, and we've invited 3 amazing speakers to join us to share their experience for us to learn and explore the infinite possibilities of the cloud. Now, before we start, can we see a show of hands for anybody that's a first-timer on our event? Show of hands.
Is it your first time attending our AWS event? All right.
Okay.
One of the speakers.
One of our speakers. It's a pleasure for you all to be here
Thank
today.
you for being here.
For us to learn and collaborate
Yes.
and expand our knowledge, right? And
Can I also get a show of hands for the Jujutsu Kaisen fans right here? Is Gojo still alive over in your hearts? No, he's not.
it's
I'm just
not.
kidding. For those of you who don't know, this event is anime inspired. It's Jujutsu Kaisen inspired. I am dressed as Nobara.
And I am dressed up as Nanami. And in the world of sorcerers, we are graded by our abilities on our resume. So I have managed to climb my way up to a grade 1.
I'm sitting at grade 3.
But there's always room for improvement, and that's why we're here, right? To elevate our resume and get a higher rank.
Exactly. So before we begin our event, we'd like to plug a few things. So a few of our housekeeping rules. So if you want to get started on that, Kali, our hashtags, our partnerships.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys want to stay updated with AWS, make sure to follow the AWS Club, PCU Cavite, on all our social media pages. And feel free to grab some photos down there at the very back. And all photos will be uploaded on our social media pages. So you just make sure you stand over there, ask them for a picture, and they will grant you those amazing pictures.
And if you're having trouble finding your way to our photo booth, find Dionella lookalike.
Oh, yeah.
You can see him. He's not very hard to look at.
Yeah.
It's very easy to spot him. Raise your hand over here.
He's sitting
Hello
right
po.
there. He's sitting right there.
His name is Richie, and he can guide you through our photo booth, and you can get started.
Yeah, he'll show you how to make a teapot ethanol. But yeah, we're going through it. We'd like to thank everyone that has joined us here today, and hopefully we get to bring our amazing, students.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
will be going all across the world, all across the Philippines, just to be here today.
I've heard that we have media partnerships from NU Baliwag. How about that? Gordon Colleges, Kabsu Indang, Adamson University,
Then you had
PIP Manila. Yeah.
PUP Manila,
Oh my God.
Startup Podcast PH,
And AWS Cloud Club Mindanao. So a lot of few places here in the Philippines. So this is a really big event for everyone here, especially for all of us youngsters starting our career in the tech industry. If you want to, unleash your domain and elevate your resume.
Yeah, I wanna elevate my resume right now.
Exactly, me too. Let's expand our network right after the event. And we'd also like to acknowledge the presence of our COI Dean, Mr. Austria, and our program head, Mr. Suspeña, who will be giving an opening remarks after our very short icebreaker.
Again, we'd like to thank everyone that has come here so far, and hopefully we have a great time learning and experiencing from our amazing speakers.
Yeah, I
And
hope.
yeah, hopefully we get to collaborate as well, because we have an icebreaker that we will be starting before we have
We
our
prepared for
introduction.
this, and we want you to be in on this. So we prepared a short icebreaker just to pump some adrenaline, because I do understand that most of us had to wake up early just to be in this event. So does anyone want to win a practice exam from Tutorials Dojo? This is about cloud. This is about learning more about club, about AWS. So if you need more of that in your resume, if you need more of that in your CV and your LinkedIn profile, most definitely this practice exam is a must. And
Yeah, we're not gonna wait you guys
Yeah.
any longer. So our team for the event is going to be a Jujutsu Kaisen team,
Yeah.
right? So I'm Nanami, and
I'm
we have
Nobara.
Nobara. And hidden in the crowd amongst you is the most wanted sorcerer. So if you can find Suguru Geto somewhere
like
around
you all to
our
get up.
venue and bring him over here right now, you'll get yourself free.
have a look around.
freebies.
Have a look around.
Have a look around.
Hanapin si
Asan si
Suguru
Geto?
Geto.
Where is Suguru Geto right now?
Suguru Geto, where are you?
He's hidden among you.
If you see him, bring him here on stage and you will get a chance to win a practice exam from AWS Tutorials Dojo. Where is Suguru Geto? He's very good at hiding.
Yeah, he's
Let me
very
just
good
say.
at hiding, and that's
'Cause I can't find
that's
him
what
right
you
now.
would get. He's the most wanted
Yeah,
sorcerer.
I mean, pretty given. That I
Yeah,
think
and
that's
that's a
the most
nickname for a
basic
reason.
job qualification if
Yeah,
you
for
are the
sure.
most wanted.
Yeah. So yeah, Suguru Geto, if you can bring him over here right now.
Suguru Geto, show yourself for the crimes that you have done, for the crimes that you have committed to the sorcery world.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be here.
He's very hard to find. Let's see. How about asking some help from some of our AWS volunteers and officers? How about giving some hints? If I go here, am I cold? Am I hot? Is he over here? I'm not hearing any
I don't
response.
think so.
In the middle.
The crowd goes mild.
How about on this side?
They're all good. They're all
Do we
good.
have Suguru Geto over here?
Yeah, I don't think Suguru Geto is with us.
Let's find it. Let's find him. Let's find him. Where is he? Suguru Geto, where are you?
Even I can find him here.
Yeah,
I have a
exactly.
good
This is-
view.
Genuinely hard. I thought it was gonna be an easy task and it was just done in 3 seconds,
Yeah.
but it's really not.
Yeah, it's gonna take us a while. Well, if he's not going to be here, we can proceed.
No, how about we give one hint? Suguru Geto, if you're here, I want you to give us 3 claps. Everyone silent and let's hear for his 3 claps so we can find where he is.
Nobody's clapping. He may not be here.
What if he's present?
No, that's not him. it's
Maybe
it's
it's-
Kuya right there, all the way from PC.
Maybe he wants to win a practice exam.
Maybe he is Suguru Geto in his heart.
Yeah. Maybe not, because I think that sorcerer has the darkest heart, so maybe
Oh
not.
no. Okay.
Let's proceed with an opening remark from our program head, who has very much graced our presence. Thank you very much for being here, po. Please, everyone, welcome program head Sir Jason Suspenye. Louder, louder. Let's set the vibe. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. In behalf of our Dean, Sir Roland Austria, I would like to welcome you for this momentous event of AWS Club PCU DASMA. So I would like also to welcome all of you, dear students, our invited guests, panelists later, and of course our speakers. Today is very momentous event for AWS Club for celebrating this kind of event. Title of this seminar is AWScend Beyond Limits. Of course, headed by their founding captain. Palakpakan natin si Miss Kimi Villarreal. Ayan, napakasipag. And of course, to the newly elected captain of AWS Club who will continue the legacy, Mr. Benedict Casio. Palakpakan po natin. And together with their ever-supportive advisor, Mr. 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗡. Ayan. So I believe that today is a very jam-packed event, no? And together with our amazing speakers who will share their expertise and knowledge later, so I want you to ask questions, okay, to them para at least magkaroon tayo ng idea, di ba, doon sa activity or mga topics that they will discuss later. So I'm actually very happy to see many students today eager to elevate their chosen careers, especially IT. So we know that technology is constantly evolving right now, and as a future IT professionals, you have an incredibly you have an incredible opportunity, of course, to shape the digital world. Whether you're learning programming, cybersecurity, AI, or even cloud computing, the skills you develop now will be essentials in solving real-world problems and driving innovation. So your journey is not just about gaining technical knowledge, but also about developing a mindset of continuous learning, adaptability, and creativity. So as you take steps towards your career, remember that success is built not only on what you learn in the classroom, but also on how to apply your gained knowledge. So engaging in this kind of trainings and seminars provided to us by the AWS Club and also with the Computer Society will give you a competitive edge. So attend tayo ng mga ganitong seminars and activities. The IT field is full of opportunities, and with dedication and perseverance, you can achieve greater things. So I want you to embrace the challenges ahead, stay curious, and let's make the most out of it, no, about this today's sessions. Always remember that the future of technology is in your hands, and I am excited to see where your journey takes you. Thank you all for being here, and just sit back, participate, and let's enjoy this event. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Jason Suspeña. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, let's continue our icebreaker. I think someone may have found.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing I think I'm seeing a mids from the crowd.
Yeah. Is that the guy color red? Oh no, it's
No. Because you have to have special eye for you to be able to see a curse.
Yeah.
Is it a bird?
Is it a plane?
Is it a curse?
No,
It's the most wanted sorcerer,
Suguru Geto! Come over here.
Get him.
Get him over here.
Get him over here.
Oh, he is
Oh,
locked in.
someone found him.
Yeah.
Someone found him. He is locked in. Sir in a red jacket, I'd like you to come here with your prize. Claim
Come
your
here,
prize.
Kuya. Suguru Geto. Come over here.
Also, Kuya, come over here.
Come here, over here. Kuya, let me know about your name, of course, here.
Geisler Bortillo and BSIT and first year.
Where did you find Geto, man?
Nakita ko lang po siya doon nakatayo eh.
Over, he's standing in the corner alone.
Medyo nahirapan kaming hanapin siya, tapos nandun lang siya nakatayo. Okay.
Nonchalant, just like him.
No, nonchalant kasing gwapo si Geto.
Ah.
Oo.
Sample.
Ano po ang pangalan ng ating Suguru Geto cosplayer? Ang imong course? At ang iyong affiliation?
Hi, I am Kyle Panganiban po. I don't have a college course pa as of now, and I'm here to volunteer in AWScend Club, PCU. Thank you.
Wow.
You. I'm gonna ask Kuya in the red jacket. Kuya, saan mo narinig yung event natin?
Na lolo. Shinare lang po doon sa GC namin. And nagka-interest po ako doon.
May mga expectation ka ba na gusto mong Tatlo mo na. Any expectation for the event?
Gusto ko pong magkaroon ng knowledge about sa AWS, ganun.
Okay.
that's
well,
really
technically,
sweet. Yeah.
AWS cloud
Opo.
computing. It's the next
That's
thing.
true.
The technology.
Thank you for kickstarting our very first icebreaker of the event. You will find one of our officers asking for your email po para sa practice exam mo from Tutorials Dojo. Ayan, you may proceed. Ayan. So for any context, we would like to thank Tutorials Dojo for making this event happen. So thank you po, Sir Bonso, for sponsoring our event.
And also, yeah, we can continue our icebreaker before we head
Exactly,
into our
yeah.
speakers. So, yeah, we'll be having a quiz. So we will be asking you to come and participate. We have our QR code that you can scan
Right over here, please scan it.
yeah,
Please
on
don't
our
scan me.
television. So you guys can participate on the Slido quiz, and the winner gets to have freebies. And I'd like to be some
Exactly.
freebies.
It's gonna be another practice exam. You get a chance to win practice exam from Tutorials Dojo about AWS and about cloud. So once we get the go signal that most of the people here are signed in, ayan, then we can freely start our quiz. It's not gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Hindi naman to classroom.
Yeah, it's not going to be a prelim exam or whatever.
Ano lang, saang restaurant mo favorite kumain? Sa fine dining restaurant, ganon.
Yeah,
Ganon lang kadali.
Yeah, and also we are roughly around 20 to 30 students right now. So if you can take the top one, you'd feel pretty good about yourself to start Monday.
Exactly. That's a lot of students.
Yeah, we have a lot of students right now. So you guys make sure to, get to scan the code, and we can
Yeah.
start our Slido quiz. So,
Once we get a-
Jana,
Yeah.
what is going to be the prize?
The prize for this, yet another icebreaker would be a practice exam from Tutorials Dojo. Ayan.
So what could they get from that?
If you are able to access it, I don't know if you've heard of Tutorials Dojo, but the prices that we are offering right now are currently monetized. So you will be getting this for free. And I think the most benefit that they can get out of it is just learning more about cloud. And just, once you learn more about cloud, that's the first baby step to you getting certified. And when you get certified, then you can add that to your resume. Because then again, we are elevating our resume.
The better our resume, the higher chance that we
Exactly.
get to collaborate.
So you're not just getting a foot in the door, you're getting the whole leg in. Or what about you in,
You're slamming
diba?
that. You're jamming that door with the kick in your foot.
Maybe not like
okay.
that.
Now,
Maybe you
I
won't
may
get
be too
hired
violent.
through that.
Okay.
Maybe hindi ka mahahire sa ganon.
That may be
But
bad.
you will be welcome in the spaces and in the
Yeah.
table that they will be dining in or talking about it,
Yeah, so is everyone ready?
Is everyone ready? Do we have the confirmation to start? Okay, so wala pa. We will be going around and we will be asking the crowd what they think of the event and what are your expectations and what prizes here would you want to get?
For me, I want to get myself a sticker.
I'm going for the big one. I want the Synergy t-shirt.
Okay.
I'm not going home empty-handed.
Looks
And
pretty
of course, we prepared this event so you won't leave empty-handed. We'll go around the crowd.
Yeah, we'll
Kuya
see
with
you,
the
we
red
can
jacket,
interview.
I see you. Thank you for coming here. Umiiwas ng eye contact. Kunwari, nagsiselfon. Wala naman data. I'll go over here.
Okay, sure.
I'm not
have we
seeing eye
registered?
contact here.
So basically, to give you guys full context of what we are going to be having on our icebreaker is that we're going to be having a quiz. And that quiz is 10 questions long, so it's not going to be long. It's going to be quick,
I found
you'll test your
someone.
wit. Okay.
I found
ahead.
someone. Kuya with the LA cap. Can everyone give him a round of applause just to give him encouragement? Oy, wag mo tanggalin. Siyempre, papakita mo yung LA cap mo. Astig yan eh. Tayo! Tanong lang, hi, what's your name? What's your course? At saan mo narinig itong event?
Sa GC po namin.
sa group chat ninyo. Name po and course.
My name is Jerome Solweta. I'm from BSIT 1C po.
Wow!
Gusto mo ba na i-plug ka natin? Networking to, pwede ring speed dating. Are you single?
Apo? Ano po? Opo.
Wow!
Single daw!
Okay!
Gusto mo ba ang prize o gusto mo someone from the crowd? Bakit nagtatanong ka sa tropa mo? Spokesperson mo ba yan? Diba may sarili kang opinion? Kino-coach talaga siya. Hindi siya
Ganun
iniwan.
talaga.
Oo.
Ganun talaga. Teamwork.
Yes.
Yan ang mga nasa freshies natin.
Oo. Ano na lang ang gusto mong makuha from this event?
Ano lang po, yung paano po magano yung event po para learning po ba?
So you wanna learn more, okay? I'd like to thank you, Kuya, for being brave and for standing up, diba? Keep your cap on. Ano ka
Oh,
ba?
you know.
Part yan ng outfit mo.
LA Cap. Nakahanap ako dito. I found something here.
Okay.
I found someone here.
Okay.
Kuya, stand up. Kuya,
Pupuntahan
stand up.
kita.
Kuya, name, year, tapos section.
I am John Emmanuel Aiding Lasan from BSIT 3A.
Third year. Okay.
Malapit
Kaya
na.
pa? Kaya pa?
Kaya pa.
Kinakaya pa naman.
Nakakatulog ka pa ba?
Hindi na eh.
I have a question. Sa lahat ng IT dito, isa ka sa mga senior, isa ka sa mga higher level. Ano naman advice mo sa ating mga freshman IT people?
Sipagan nyo lang and maging consistent kayo kung saan kayo masaya.
Everyone give him a round
May
of applause.
nanalo na.
Sipag lang daw. Tama naman. Find something that you're passionate with.
Oh. So teka lang we're still waiting for our icebreaker to start. So, yeah, feel free to lay back.
Okay.
And again, guys, if you guys want to stay updated, make sure to follow the AWS Cloud Club PCU Cavite on all our social media pages. And also feel free to grab some pictures down there at the
Yeah,
very
exactly.
back. Because we have a photo booth set up there. And just make sure to tag us on your post. Hashtag AWS
Yes.
Beyond Limits. And hashtag AWSCCPCU to let
And
everyone
also-
know that you're here with us.
Yeah, exactly. And also, for those of you who don't know, we've invited many people from other schools. So if you want to network and if you want to connect and if you want to ask them about siguro their curriculum or sa mga third year dyan, yung thesis nila, you can definitely ask them. They're very welcome, they're very warm, and they're very ready to help you. Ayan. So while we're waiting for the icebreaker, how about we just proceed for our first speaker of the
Oh
day,
yeah,
no?
most definitely. I mean, we can continue talking about our icebreaker later on, but what matters here is
Exactly.
the experience,
Yeah,
the expertise,
the valuable insights, the knowledge,
coming
diba?
in from our speaker. And
Yes,
first
this is
and
very
foremost,
fine dining
Yeah.
knowledge.
very
Oo.
fine dining, very demure.
Very demure, very cutesy.
Okay, yeah, we can get this one started, right?
Yes.
Dr. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓 Villarreal is a Human Resource Coordinator at the Human Resource Development Office of the PCU Dasmariñas campus. She holds a degree in Doctor of Philosophy in Development Administration, major in Leadership. She has also been a licensed professional teacher since 2007. She began her teaching profession in June 2023 as an adjunct faculty member of the Graduate School Program under the University Academic Extension Program or UAEP.
Yeah, exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first speaker of the day, Dr. Shiran. Ayan po siya. Everyone give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming. I'd like you to get up on the stage po or be here with the crowd. Ay, okay. Sige po, gusto niya daw close sa inyo. So we will give her the spotlight. Take it away, Dr.
Good morning, everyone. So, our associate dean Jason, so representing the administration of the College of Informatics, and thank you for having me. Thank you for our professors present today. Thank you to all of our students. When I mention your major course, you say I. Multimedia arts students? Dino, wala. No MMA? Say I. You say I. I. IT students? But parang nahulog sa building. Computer science. Computer science. And may isa pa. Computer engineering. The louder, the better. So good morning, everyone. So I tried to compress into 30 minutes. I was only given 30 minutes. Okay, so let's start na. I think my time start. Okay, so this is the theme, the title of our activity with AWS Cloud Club. Also, thank you for AWS Cloud Club for having me also. So these were the topics given to me: current career trends and resume crafting strategies. Okay, so we'll start with this one. So I did a research because I am the human resource coordinator of a school. So I am in the education industry and not with the IT or cloud computing. So I did also some of researches. So this one, just to give you a peek of what are the growing career trends and declining jobs in 2023. So this is based on Future of Jobs Report 2025 by the World Economic Forum. So, nababasa ba? So the green ones are the growing, the red ones are declining. So the top largest growing jobs, so ang dami, di ba, 15? So would you believe farm workers, laborers, and other agricultural workers? Why do you think so? Din? Yeah, it's one of the top largest. So it's food security. And then we have light truck or delivery services drivers, software and application drivers, developers, building framers, finishers, and related trade workers. So sa construction, shop salespersons, food processing and related trades workers, car, van, and motorcycle drivers, nursing professionals, food and beverage serving workers, general and operations managers, social work and counseling professionals. Really, this one is really hard, especially with us in the education sector. Konti lang sila. So we are competing with other schools just to recruit and hire registered counselors. So even social work professors. And then project managers, university and higher education teachers, secondary education teachers, they are going abroad after having experiences in the Philippines because of a demand. And personal care aides. So the top largest declining jobs, cashiers and tickets clerks, administrative assistants and executive secretaries, building caretakers, cleaners, housekeepers, material recording, printing and related trades workers. You may wonder and logically think why. Because you can relate this to your majors. And then accounting, bookkeeping, and payroll clerks, accountants, and auditors, transportation attendants and conductors, security guards, bank tellers, data entry clerks, client information, graphic designers, business services, claims adjusters, examiners, and investigators. So, hindi ko kayo tinatakot. It's just a glimpse 5 years from now. So, I won't be discussing. We'll just discuss na lang later. And if you have questions, we have naman after the my topic. Ayaw na niya. Help. Okay. Ayan, nasobrahan. Okay. So this one again by 𝗟𝗜𝗩𝗘, 2022. He wrote this in 2022. So this is based on the 5 key trends shaping the new world of work. Because pandemic really has not impacted the healthcare industry and the health condition of the world population, it has also impacted all business industries. So I only chose 2 so that I can connect this with you. The other 3 are more on the business management side. So companies are restructuring for efficiency and recruiting for skills rather than potential, while talent is highly mobile. So the first indicator condition, digital skills are increasingly central to workers' employability. So this is an illustration, image by Mercer. So 52% of organizations embarking on transformation are targeting workforce upskilling, reskilling for critical talent pools post-pandemic. And then 40% of companies have implemented skills-based talent strategies, such as a pay for skills, for a skills framework. So let's just go back, how many years back? 4, 5 years back. Pandemic 2020. Where are you and what are you doing?
Back sa 2020 during the pandemic, I was at home most of the time and I was learning online. Yes.
Sige. Sinabi na niya. So, learning online, what were the digital tools or platform or social media that your professors utilized during pandemic?
My teachers usually used G-Class and Zoom and Microsoft Teams for our online meetings.
Thank you. So that started the concept of remote. So let's move. So young people, mahaba yung lines, always grab learning opportunities such as internship, placements, apprenticeship program. You saw the first image, it's more of skills now. That's your competitive edge. So you are under where are the 4th years of COI? Say I? Ay, isa lang. Dalawa. Okay. So you are now undergoing your on-the-job training or your internship. So it's really best if you're in the industry and learn how the actual world of us doing the work. So experiences could enhance not just your skills, even your soft skills, and then you will be equipped and be, as I've said, have that competitive advantage when you start to look for your own career path afterwards when you graduate. So number 2 indicator, there is transformation happening in the world of work, both as a result of the pandemic and underlying structural shifts. So I'll not anymore discuss yung structural shifts. This is more on the business strategies. There are mergers, there are company splitting, and there are still fragmented, and there are small, medium enterprise. It's the SMEs that provide 7 out of 10 jobs. So this is the reality now. Okay. So organization man era, this is an illustration of the shifts, the transformation. Anybody who can give me an example for unbundled work era? Unbundled. One worker can serve customer 1 up to 100. Any idea what type of business industry?
Freelancer po.
Freelance. Not really freelance.
Call center po.
Exactly.
Call center.
Exactly, that's correct. It's the BPO, the business processing outsourcing. So that is an example of the unbundled work. So an example of the organization man era, PCU, registrar. We have one registered staff servicing students from grade 1. We have another registered staff servicing college students, another for grad school. But with this one, the perfect example is BPO. So it's unbundled. Kasi diba, it's the skill now here is the listening and the speaking. And you are being trained for that. Even if you're not communication arts majors, but you can learn the skills. And the BPO provides trainings for that. That's why when I do interviews for English teachers, I know that they came from BPOs. Because they, as one of my students in master's shared with us, they have to remove their Filipino hat and wear their American hat or Australian hat or British hat, because those are their customers, or I mean their clients. So not just one directly, but many. And there are quotas. So in a day, not just one client. So it can be 100 because it's timed also. So now this is the platform. PCU is an example of still a company. So most of you may be involved in the unbundled or with freelance, what Edgar has mentioned earlier, freelancing. Okay, now we'll move to career trends for 2025. As you can see, I always mention the author because it's not mine. So this is from Natalie Mahmoud Fauzi Al-Saad, and he wrote this just last year. These are tips already. So career trends in 2025, Hybrid work is here to stay. So what's so different with education in PCU? We have online, we have face-to-face, we have asynchronous and synchronous. So tips for job seekers. So highlight. So this is related when you write your resume or your curriculum vitae. So when you are applying for a company that that focuses on hybrid work, so you highlight your ability to work independently and collaborate remotely. The interviews can also be online. But you still need to submit your resume or your CVs. So the second one, demand for AI and tech skills. So skyrocketing. So you take online courses or certifications in trending fields like machine learning or cloud computing to stand out in the job market. So green jobs are on the rise. So if your advocacy is still loving and taking care of our environment, so there are companies, explore roles that align with your passion for sustainability, such as green tech or corporate environmental initiatives. So the fourth one, soft skills are more valuable than ever. Soft skills. Example?
Leadership po.
Can be, yes. What else?
Being able to be a team player.
So when, naisahan mo ko doon, may teamwork doon. Okay, use your CV to showcase teamwork, problem solving, or leadership experiences that demonstrate your ability to succeed in diverse environment. It's soft because it's more on behavioral. So that's the fourth one. Let's move to the fifth. Freelancing and gig work are booming. So build a strong online portfolio to showcase your expertise and attract potential clients. The sixth one, career growth through upskilling. So dedicate time to professional development through workshops, webinars, or certifications in your field. So upskilling, you already have the ability, but you are enhancing, improving. And when you do upskill, your objective is vertical, meaning for promotions. So seventh, focus on workplace well-being. When considering roles, prioritize employers that value work-life balance and provide resources for mental health support. So this is also evident when I do job interviews, and I would ask them why choose PCU. And they say they like the environment. Literally, they like the physical environment because we have trees, it's fresh. So, and another one would be, so they hear from friends that there's good relationship. And then the eighth, that's just an example. So the eighth, diversity and inclusion take center stage. Research companies, DE, meaning diversity, equity, and inclusivity initiatives to ensure their values align with yours, making it easier to find the workplace where you feel valued. So you just, later na lang if you have questions, Okay, how to prepare for these trends. So this is still part of Miss Al-Saad write-up. So stay informed. That's why I started with the 2030, the trend in 2030. Stay informed. Polish your online presence. You see Beatty.com. That's part of the write-up of Miss Al-Saad. And then network actively. Be adaptable and embrace change. And have your final thoughts. Okay, so this is mine na. So you are your resume, your CV, and your resume CV, ano yun, is your character. Ibig sabihin, you are what you write about you. So this is what I wanted to share with you, but you still have the you have your free will if you would at least listen, or if you will take it as an advice, unsolicited advice. So number one, representation of the real you. Second is straightforward. And the last, simple. So the values integrated to your resume, according to Sharon, authentic, competitive. Ay, nag-move siya. Sorry. Authentic, competitive, simple. So I researched naman for Bible verses. Always remember, do not forget, when you graduate from PCU, you will be alumni. Do not forget the core values. What are the core values of PCU? Ba't parang ang lungkot? Lagyan nyo naman ng life.
One more time. Faith, character, service.
Never forget. That should be integrated in everything that you do. So authenticity. So it means genuine, based on facts, accurate, or reliable. So PCU core values, faith, that is integrity in business. So my Bible verse. Faith has to be grounded, according again to Sharon, because we cannot see faith because our belief is in here and in here. It's our behavior and character that manifests our faith. So, grounded faith. So, we have a Bible. So, I search, and we have Proverbs chapter 11 verse 11. The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with him. And Micah chapter 6 verse 11, shall I acquit someone with dishonest scales, with a bag of false weights? So the second one, competitive. So competition is part of human experience. It's part of growth. It's part of learning. So in faith, we must remain humble in everything that we say and do, our intent and motive. So from Colossians chapter 3 verses 23 to 24, whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. And lastly, simplicity. So being true and perfectly simple in both word and deed, without ulterior motive. Pure, parang naputol siya. So This is from 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 12. In simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom, but the grace of God. Okay. Sige, sa last part na lang. Review, so I requested for, due to data privacy, so I really cannot ask or request for an actual resume, but I just had them submit, sabi ko avatar na lang na picture and just a nickname to represent the resume. So this is an example. So according to IC, I received a resume from IC, and she's a graphic artist. So she wrote something about herself, her contact, portfolio, expertise, editing softwares. So experience, volunteering, education. So I already made comments. Anybody who would like to give an observation bago ako?
Paul Sears would like to add something.
So being in commercial industry, we get a lot of resumes. One request we have, don't put your picture on your resume. Yes, we don't want to deal with the PII. We don't need to see your photo. We just need to see your skills and your credentials. I know it's a trend here, but in other countries, you don't do that. So just our suggestion.
Okay. So when you apply for maybe, yes, technology, so don't put your pictures on. I understand it's the objectivity. They'll be screening for the skills that you present to them. So, but of course, with us in school, we do prefer. Yes. Yes. So that's again is flexibility and adaptability to where you would plan to work or work which industry or which type of industry. If it's technology, then you adhere what Paul has suggested to us, no pictures. You just make your resume stronger by giving the technical skills, the soft skills, the experiences. Thank you, Paul. So when you, sige, so I'll just start na lang. So this is very simple. So when you write work, I split experience and volunteering. So work experience is, yes, volunteering is a work, but it's non-remunerated. You're not paid for that. So you separate that. So freelancer, if you're a freelancer, so we'll just take IC as graphic artist. So definitely she has a portfolio. So of course, just mention the types of portfolio. Is this graphics? Are these commissions? My niece has a friend who's been doing commissioning. So graphics can be, you have various media that you can use. It can be, ano yung tawag nyo, yung nag-draw kayo. Sorry, hindi ako techie. When you use an app and you draw, you have that, right? But in the traditional one, you have watercolor, you have pencil, you have pen, you have watercolors, charcoal. So these are all visual arts. So when you prepare your portfolio, you compile them accordingly. And then education, of course, I'm from the education sector. So it's important that you have the year covered for your college, the school, and then the degree. And then beneath that, you write organizations, engagements, or accomplishments. Either you're the founder, the officer, the member. Engagements, like this one, this activity. So what's your involvement? Actually, this is more of curriculum vitae already. Kasi we have education. And then certifications. So NC2, it's the National Certificate Level 2. So of course, if you're applying for the company of Paul, so you would include there maybe if there's cloud computing or in NC2, so you would put it there, not the one NC2 for food and beverage. That's specialized. So specialized skills. So we'll move on this side. So when I received this one, okay, portfolio, Behance Canva. I know Canva. I can at least use Canva. So I search what is Behance. So it's a platform also for creating portfolio. When you write portfolio, I as HR would like to see the titles of the portfolio, not the platform, not the application. What are your portfolios? Just the same, editing software. So I would think, oh, so I see created iBix Paint X, Canva, CapCut. So when it is best that you group them into, you can write proficiency in Behance, Canva, and then IB's, Paint, Canva, CapCut, etc. So it has to be very clear. So don't just write editing software. Sige. Later na lang siguro if you have question. So with this one, I did not, so okay. So this is from Reika, the Orca. Objective. Paul, is it important in the technology industry of writing their objectives?
I think it's necessary for help you focus on what you're actually trying to seek, what position, what role you actually want to do. So it still gives focus, I think. So I don't know if you agree or not, but I think it's necessary, at least from our perspective, to see that you're actually applying for the right role and the right reasons.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. I'll just share one of my job interviews. So first we screen the resumes. So if the qualification fits, then we would schedule. So I had 3 on a day, and then I asked about the objective. And my applicant did not answer. I asked again, give me an example of your skill as a problem solver. Again, my applicant didn't answer. So it's just a copy-paste. That's the point. That's why I started the title of my specific for the resume is that you are your resume, and your resume speaks of your character. You need to be authentic. It's you. So you don't just copy. When I was doing researches, so there are various online applications. So I would like to have Sana to show you just a generic sample. But I cannot because it's an online thing that I have to put. So it's now easier for you to prepare. During my time in the 90s, so we just prepare. A simple one, just a simple one. But now you have all the sources, digital sources. But still you have to maintain your core. So do not just copy paste. So it's when you meet someone like me in the HR, so I get to ask because these are skills, problem solving, teamwork. I would ask you. You make me believe that you are a problem solver, that you are a team worker. That's why, diba, mentioned earlier, you need to gain experiences. That's why you grab opportunities for internships, for all of the learnings, the tools. There are various already, not just face-to-face, even online. So these are the advantages of pandemic that brought to us. It has given us a wider scope. It's beyond, di ba? AWScend beyond limits. So what's the call of PCU now? The tagline, digital, borderless, multiversity. So we have you. You are the product of a digital school. And maybe in the future, di ba, borderless. You go beyond. So this is okay naman.
Ma'am,
yes.
Can I make one comment?
Yes, please.
One thing I really like about this resume, there's a link to GitHub on the repo. If you are in any kind of engineer, developer type of role, that is very important because we will go look and see what you have there. So to me,
Yes.
for technology, that is way above. You want to make sure you have a portfolio,
Yes.
and the best place for dev engineers to put a portfolio is in GitHub. Okay?
So you'll hire now, Paul, Reika, the Orca?
I don't know what companies it work for and stuff yet, but on the surface, I like that link a lot. So
Yes. Okay. So thank you again, Paul. So we have Simba the lion and Nala the tiger. So with the sample of Reika, Nala, and Simba, so these are already the level wherein you already have the experiences and already equipped and ready, prepared to enter the technology industry of Paul. With IC, the graphic artist, so that's a sample of graduating or new graduates. So just prepare, a simple one. So because, syempre, you need to sell, you need to market yourself. And that's why it's good that if you're a graphic artist, meaning maybe you are from the multimedia arts, then you need to have your portfolio. So maybe when you submit your resume, it's okay, resume. But once there's an actual interview, you bring your portfolio with you. But of course, in PCU, I won't ask for portfolio. So you just bring yourself and ensure that you are truly ready. So I'll just share an example of an actual interview. Actually, it's actual, but it's senior high school. It's an ABM students, and their final examination is an actual interview with the human resource personnel. So my boss approved the request of one of the teachers at senior high, ABM Strand, and I conducted. I was given a rubric, and I was the one who would give the grades. So I even commented I had chosen 3 that if I may, I would have hired. That is how ready and prepared, aside from the fact that they already have part-time works. So it's easy. And unfortunately, I have one who just sat there. I asked question, not even smiled at me. How would I grade that? I forgot na what grade I gave because there's a rubric. So that's an example of being ready and prepared. So very simple words, but it means so much when you enter the real world, the rat race. What's the ano ba next? Ayan. So these are my tips for you in career pathing. So be a visionary. So the first one I wrote was plan ahead. Sabi ko, para namang corny. Sabi ko, okay, be a visionary. What is vision? Doon tayo sa kabila. Seryoso yung mga tao on this column. What is vision? In your own words.
So yung vision po is yung parang what we should do po. Ayun po. Yes po.
That's okay.
Ano po? Insights about the future.
Okay. Insights about the future and what you should do. So, insight of the future, you see, what do you want to see and where do you want to be in the future? So, we are not just anymore talking about resumes. Walang silbi ang resumes if you do not have goals in life. Please, as early as now, where are the first years? Second years? So as early as now, you need to know what your goal in life is. Do you plan to go into venture into Paul's technology industry? Do you plan to apply at PCU or in any other education industry or multinational? Or would you like to apply and be professors like our professors, 5 professors? Sir Alipio, Sir Adan, my gosh. Sorry, he's new. Ayan. Sir Baradi, Sir Ansiro, and Dean Jason. So, I'll focus with the education. ICT has no board examinations. So that's not anymore part of the qualification. I'm speaking as HR. But we would, also another professor, sorry. Si Sir Albay, new also. Okay. So wala pa ako sa PCU time. Okay, so with education, if your career pathing, example, professors from COI, if you wanted to eventually, because my master students would share with me that when they plan to, especially those working abroad, nurses, usually in the healthcare industry, so I asked them, I need to understand and know my students. So they say that they plan when they go back to the Philippines, they plan to venture into the teaching profession. So, of course, I guide them. So why take this course when you should have taken the right course? So there are courses also. But the most important thing going back, so there are no board examinations for ICT, ITCS, CPE, MMA. What you need to gain are industry experiences. You need to be industry practitioner. Why? Yes, also the NCs. Aki. Welcome, Aki.
Hello, thank you po. Sorry, what's the first part po ulit?
Ayan, ano nga ba din tanong ko? Yes, why be a practitioner? Ayun. Thank you, my dear.
Okay, so why be an industry practitioner? Because personally, from my experience so far as a working student, it's important to be an industry practitioner because being a practitioner means being active in not only doing what your job is or what you're aiming for as a career, but also being active in upskilling. So in whatever career you may want, whether it's a graphic designer or a software engineer, it's better to be an industry practitioner because that's the way that you can have a growth mindset and continuously upskill.
Thank you, Aki. So why, that's for the experience. When you venture into teaching, what would be your basis for transferring knowledge to your students? So it's better really that you venture first, be a practitioner in your chosen field of expertise or chosen industry. And also in the teaching field, in the teaching profession, so we adhere with the policy of 𝗟𝗓, alignment. So meaning if you have Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, then you need to have MSCS, IT, MSIT or MIT. And even if PhD, there's PhD technology. That's with Sir Magtibay. Tanda ko si Sir Magtibay. That's DTech, Doctor in Technology. So that's alignment. It's very important. We have to abide by the policies of the Commission on Higher Education. So you equip yourself with experience because the knowledge, the skills, all that you gain from your industry experience, those were also your basis aside from the curriculum. When you transfer, when you share your knowledge to the students. So that's one. So again, just a reminder, set your goals or set your goal already. So I understand, I'm 51, turning 52. The gap between you and I are already how many decades? 30? So it's different during my time. In college, you know, Paul, my subject in computer was DOS. And when my group of 3 are doing our thesis, we're using WordStar and Lotus 123. And now you have Excel, you have MS Word, you have Publisher, you have PowerPoint. We don't have that. So I survived my computer subject because I have a very sweet and supportive, and she shares her knowledge. Rich kasi siya. So she has computer at home. So she really had the patience to teach me. So I passed. So that's the gap now with my time. and yours. You have all the tools, digital tools. You have all the opportunities. It's only for you to grasp, to grab, and enjoy also. So be a visionary. Parang nasabi ko na rin, carve your path. So you be sure where you want to go, where you want to go. When you carve your path, if you know where you want to be, then start carving the path where you need to be in the future. I always ask my applicants, so where would you be 5 years from now? Did I ask you that, Sir Ansiro? Di ba? Standard ko yun. Because I needed to understand if Sir Ansiro will stay with PCU. Di ba, how long? Because of the turnover of our faculty. I appreciate our deans and our heads who really recruit faculty. Kasi agawan. It's agawan out there. So, that's carving your path. And then, namatay siya. Okay. And then, strengthen your portfolio. So, not making loud. Ako kasi, anyway, the resume of Reyka Orca already passed Paul's scrutiny. So, ensure that you have the right, you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you strengthen it. You have the degree. If you graduate, you have the degree. That's part of your portfolio. I mentioned a while ago yung sa first part, potential versus skills. It's more of skills framework now. And this is brought about by pandemic. These are the transformation shifts in the industry. Potential would refer to those with degrees. Why potential? You're already equipped. You have a degree. Then you have growth in a company. You're up for promotion already. That's potential. But now it's about skills. BPO, diba? You don't need to be communications major. You don't need to be techie, IT, no. You just need to pass the training. So anyone can be part of a BPO. So aside from specialized, you have your degree, so there are other skills depending on where you plan to venture when you graduate. So the fourth one, preserve and protect your core. So that's your authenticity. That's why I injected the core values of PCU. So even if Aki is not from PCU, so Aki will also learn the core values of PCU, faith, character, and service. So we are from different religious affiliations. We're of inclusivity, so no question about that. But since we are in PCU, I am an alumna of PCU. So from kinder to grade 6, and then first year to fourth year high school, my MBA and PhDs with PCU, not the college. So core values, it's integrated. You protect that core. Because I learned also from my applicants. I learned being an HR because I'm not a human resource management graduate. I am not. So, but my course is people-oriented. So I am exposed to many people. I'm in the field of community development. So that's one soft skill that I brought with me, carried with me. So be authentic, be real. Do not just copy paste. Never copy paste, because the HR would know, or if Paul would know. But as HR, I would know. Because you can never defend your resume, whatever the question, because it's not you. That's why your resume is you. So preserve and protect faith, character, service. So faith, again, is here and here. The character would be your behavior, and that can be manifested with the kind of service that you would give your client or customers. You only have two paths. It's either Paul has been employee or working and now he's CEO. Oh, he agreed naman. I read his background. So that can be, you have two paths. I am an employee for how many years? I've been working 30 years. Because I don't have any knack in business. I'm shy selling, marketing, but I can do the job at the back. I'm the best at documentation. I'm just not good in sales. I'm shy doing sales. So you have two paths. Be an employee, or you, what? Do your own business, create your business. Do a startup. So dalawa lang naman yun. Or be like Paul, from employee to CEO. That's why you have to have a vision already. You need to know your goals. Different, ano na ba kayong millennial? Hindi na kayo millennial, no? Ano na kayo? Gen Z. Iba pa naman so iba na. It's different. The culture, the behavior, it's very different. But syempre, from an oldie like me, I need to adapt also and be flexible. I need to understand. So masyadong relaxed ang Gen Z. That's my overall view. Relaxed. Or siguro, yun dito lang nakikita ko. So, and then the last one, be ready and prepared. Always. Always. So, pagsasabak sa giyera, dapat armado. That's why I always make a joke. Oh, attend seminar or mag-write attendance, walang ball pen. Sabi ko, hindi ka armado. So, that's being ready. You are ready. But are you prepared? Pag-alis mo, you're ready. Pag-alis mong bahay, wala pala ang wallet. Babalik sa bahay. So, that's wasting time already. Teka, naka 30 minutes na ba ako? So, that's tips in career. Ano next ko? Anyway, so I prepared glossary. So, skills, so acquired abilities, talent. It's a jargon now. Instead of using people, employees, human resource, they use the word talent. So, it's people. And then upskilling, ayan, enhancing existing skills to progress. And then reskilling, process of acquiring new skills that are required for a different career. The last one, last two, mobility. So the talents move across jobs, industries, and countries and be in multiple jobs at a time. So you can be at BPO and the freelancer. You can be Sir Alipio, a professor and a researcher on the side. So that's mobility, referring to movements of the talents across globe. Not anymore across industries, but across globe. DE, so diversity, equity, inclusivity. So alam niyo na yan. And then my references, and thank you and Godspeed for that time.
Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharon. You may give me the mic po. Thank you so much. Ano po, for the Q&A po pala. Ayan. So thank you so much po, Dr. Sharon, for that. And thank you for being realistic and encouraging. You really went ahead and gave us the truth, but also what to do with the truth, what to do after knowing the truth. So we'd like to thank you for that. Thank you for giving us valuable insight, something that we can't find from the internet, something that we can really find from a person with an experience like you po. So someone with a resume like you. Thank you so much po. Once again, Dr. Sharon, everybody! I deployed my co-hosts and we will be opening a session for a Q&A, something that you'd like to ask about about the job. Do you have any doubts?
Yeah. If you guys want to ask how you can elevate your resume, we have an expertise in front, our amazing speaker. So you guys can ask any questions, whatever you guys would want to ask our amazing speaker up front.
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand if you have any question.
Oh, we have one from here. We have one from here. State your name, your course, your affiliation with AWS.
My name is Danjelo.
Louder.
From BSCS po. Here's my question. How can I elevate my resume more as a student?
So assuming he's a fresh grad with no experience po.
Do you have are you a member of an organization? In COI or
Wala,
PCU?
wala, noon pa lang, pero wala na po.
Your first year?
Second year.
Second year. Okay. So, since you're a student, like an example of IC, so you need to be engaged. You need to start your portfolio in the school because that is your first contact in the real world. It's in the school. So, you're obviously you're not a working student. So second year CS.
Third year na.
Third year CS. Okay, so you'll start your internship next year?
Yes.
Have you started? When would you start your capstone or the thesis? That's one also. Next year also.
Next year.
Next year then. So you need that's why I encourage everyone because you're students and you're not doing part-time, you're not freelancing. So it's best that you get involved in organizations. That's how you would at least show if you apply, you elevate. You need to have an experience even if it's in an organizational level or a club of the school. So you need to be involved because it's interaction. You're interacting with people. And when you're out there amongst us in the rat race, so the working people, you need to also understand the behavior of people around you. It's intense out there, and especially if you're venturing into the technology industry. It's there's I forgot the term. Nakatingin kay Aki. So intense competition. So you need to be involved. You start involving yourself with activities especially with COI. So maybe you can join as a volunteer with AWS Cloud Club. You have your ComSoc. You have your ComSoc also, di ba? Computer Society.
Yes
Where's
po.
Computer Society here?
Asan ang mga comsoc dyan? Mostly here. Mostly
I
all
saw
of the
Joshua.
attendees po. Ayan.
So, you join clubs, you join activities, you learn to interact. Even if it's your introvert, nobody here would believe I'm an introvert. So you need to interact so that you can, you understand the people around you. Hindi pwedeng cloistered ka lang, hindi pwede nakatago ka lang. Especially you're in IT. So that's one.
Thank you so much po, Dr. Sharon.
Thank you po.
Ayan.
We have another one pa po.
We have
dito.
another one.
Kuya, what's your year, name, tapos section?
I am third year IT student. I am Alton Janes Modente. Is it this year we are starting to create capstone project? Is it okay to include the capstone in my resume?
Yes.
Even
So
if
don't just write capstone, capstone or thesis and then the title.
the title and
Maybe just a short brief.
a briefing
The title, so that
on
the
executive summary.
yes, so that the one screening your resume would understand the study that you have done. Kasi capstone is actual. It's a practical already. Not just a research study with statistics, but it's actual, right?
Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you po, ma'am. Meron pa pong isa kay Ivan naman from...
My name is Dimitrilu Ivan Villamor, but you can call me Ivan na lang po. From PMMA first year. I'm also part of the AWS. I'm a member and then a committee from Computer Society. And so my question for you today is somewhat related to preparing a resume, but moreover the broader aspect of that. But I want to ask, what obstacle in your career path could you possibly say that shaped you as a person right now and where you stand? And how can us students and future workers learn to face obstacles as well, despite it being, or it may seem intimidating at times?
Sige,
Wow.
dami nun ah.
Take your time
We'll start
po.
with the obstacles. So these are challenges. PCU, being employed in PCU, this isn't my first job. I hope this would be my last. So I ventured into non-government organizational work for a year, more than a year. And then I've worked with Far East Bank and Trust Company, acquired by BPI in 1999. I've had rackets with the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. So I had 2 projects with them. And I get to travel because of that, in the Philippines naman. So, and then what else? I worked as a registrar, marketing staff for the CCP Dance School of Ballet Philippines. Isn't it diverse already? I had the quality. Ito pala yung kausap ko. Nasa sa gitna.
Hello po.
So, I'm very adaptable and flexible, but I am also afraid of change. So, that's one. Change in technology. So, it's more of maybe because I am flexible and adaptable that I just accept what comes to me,
Okay, good.
to my path, to my career. So I would not have known that I would have just 3.5 years with the bank. But then as stockholders sold the share and BPI bought. So it's in the business strategy, it's retrenchment, it's the last in, first out. So I was one of the last in, first out because the condition was 50% of the employees of Far East Bank must be retrenched. 50 would only be retained. So, of course, the challenge there is that I lost a job. But then I just took it easy. It has not caused any depression or nothing. No naman. So, after the bank, I had NCCA, the Culture and Arts, and then Ballet Philippines because I got a good performance with my racket with the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, and I got absorbed at Ballet Philippines. So 2 years. So I resigned when I had my baby already. So after giving birth, I tried here in PCU. So it's the most challenging would be, and mine is not just my experience, but all of those I interviewed also, who have been working for years, maybe not decades as I am, but it's more of the people factor. It's the people factor. So there are those would confide in me, or because as an HR I cannot give my opinion to any employee. I cannot say yes, I cannot say no. So I have to always be very careful. So there are those who would say that people are telling them negative stuff. And I would say that those are just words. So those are just words. Are they even true? What I always tell them would be, diba, I said preserve your core. You preserve and protect your core. If you have principle in life, you just do what is right. Diba? If you're in a company, you're in a structured institution. There are policies. And the work assignment is very clear. So you just dispense what is your role and responsibility. You just do what is right, core values, faith, character, service. And don't anymore think of what the others would say against you, especially if you are performing, especially if you're goal-seeking. Diba? So, just always have that strong... So, have a strong mental fortitude. You'll survive if you have that. And be happy with work.
Thank you so much po.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you po. I think that would be all for our Q&A. Jana?
Passing the mic to me. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharon po. And now we are wrapping up our first speaker of the day. Why don't we move on to our next speaker? This next speaker is really, really important. So let me give you a quick bio of our next speaker. Paul has been in the information, communication technology, and operational technology domains for more than he had to ask something po. It's nothing. For more than 30 years, going back in various leadership roles with various enterprises on systems, engineering, data centers, and network operations, DevOps, and even Gen AI, information security, and solutions architecture. So for any of those students na you think this is ringing a bell, he's the right person for the job. So if you have any questions that you want to ask comes to Paul's years po, you can definitely ask him about it after he speaks po. So Paul engages with CXOs, operations, corporate strategies, and IT of customers and partners with portfolios of end-to-end digital and enterprise solutions and technologies covering mid to large scales of businesses, applications, operations, and even infrastructures. So formerly, he has been with AWS for nearly 9 years. Wow, that is almost a decade. And Paul is now a Chief Technology Officer for CompuTrade Technology Philippines Incorporated, helping customers successfully do the impossible. Paul is also the founder and CEO of Cloud Sensei. I didn't know that. A social impact edtech startup closing the skills gap between technology graduates and technology companies. He is also an SME for AWS well-architected a framework of best practices for operating secure, reliable, performant, lowest cost, and sustainable workloads in the cloud. That is such a hefty resume. What a well-achieved individual. What a well-awarded individual. And ano man lang ba ang deserve ng isang well-rounded individual, kundi a well-round of applause. Everyone, give it up for Paul Sears.
Thank you. I apologize. I didn't know we swapped order. So, surprise to me. Okay. Thank you for the warm introduction, and it's an honor to be here. I love talking to the youth about your opportunities and how you're going to navigate the complexities of moving on from your college programs into the real world. So, the topic I have is an honest reality about the techscape. And this is going to be from my perspective in technology industries, both from a perspective of working with AWS for almost 9 years, and as working as a CTO of CTP, CompuTrade Technology Philippines, where we are an AWS partner working with a lot of AWS customers. So I have a lot of things to share about the reality you're facing, and part of the reality you're facing I'm trying to solve with Cloud Sensei, so my personal project startup. And hopefully don't know. There we go. Okay, I gotta be close. The range is short. Okay, so as you already heard, this is me. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn or Facebook. I'm friends with many people already, but by all means, more the merrier. But I'm always available to mentor, to give you suggestions, advice, and such. Okay, so don't be shy. It's okay. Okay, so there are various levels here: first year, second, third, and some of you are graduating soon. In the future, you're going to end up finding yourselves needing to enter into the workplace, okay? The real world, we're going to say. And it's not quite what you think it's going to be, especially in the technology space. It's very different than a lot of other industries. Technology is moving very, very quickly, and unfortunately, it's moving much faster than school curriculums can keep up. So that's a reality you're going to face. And it's still not going to work. I think I'll stay here. So you graduated, and what's next, right? Hopefully, you will take some advice from here, if you heard already, and suggestions I'm going to offer to you, and be better prepared. But those of you, don't panic yet. There's still plenty of time to do what you need to do to get ready for technology careers. Whoops, I went the wrong way. There we go. Okay, so you start looking for a tech job, okay? As an AWS, I was a senior solutions architect, and I worked with a lot of companies, primarily in the financial services industry. So I work with companies like Gcash and like Palau and Pay, et cetera. And they're always trying to find new tech talent because the number of qualified individuals is very limited. Okay, so this is a great opportunity. If you are a BSCE, BSCS, or even BSIT, you have a huge amount of opportunity in the tech industry. But just some things you need to do. When you graduate, you have your degree plans, right? Now, to give you a point of reference, for Cloud Sensei, I have 5 interns working for me, and one of my interns, we looked at her CS degree plan and compared it to mine 30 years ago. and they are fundamentally the same. Okay? There's not offering modern technology courses in your standard BScs curriculum. Okay? So that should show you there how slowly the curriculums are evolving and they can't keep up with technology. Does anybody know what DevOps is? Nobody. Okay, some of you might. Mark, you know DevOps. Yeah. Some of you do. Okay, so DevOps is basically a philosophy about how you merge development side, where you build something, with the operation side where you run something, okay? So the idea here is higher quality builds, higher quality products, less operation issues, because when you build something in the real world, likely is going to go into what's called production. Production is where it's going to serve customers or some businesses, and you have now revenue attached to it. And if that service doesn't work right, your company will lose money. So DevOps is a very, very, very important skill set. Gcash hires hundreds and hundreds of DevOps engineers, okay? Hundreds. So this is a really important skill. Is there a class on DevOps? It's hard to find unless you go out into extra courses and online and look up that way, right? Okay, how about cloud security? Anybody learn cloud security? That is really a really necessary role in skill set. How about machine learning or AI? Some of you? I know some schools have augmented curriculums or elective courses on this. A lot of schools don't. So we need to get you the skills there. How about cloud operations or blockchain? No skills? Okay. So these are what companies looking for right now. And if you graduate and you don't have those skills, you have to spend a lot of time to get your skills ready. It's just a reality. The schools are doing a great job giving fundamentals, absolutely. Okay, but technology moves so fast. Anybody heard of generative AI? Like ChatGPT, right? Okay, so that has exploded in the last 2 years. Huge. Basically, 2019, it started to come available. 2022 was the main year that companies were actually investigating it. Now it's huge. You see how fast it has moved from nothing into the top of technology in 3 years. Okay, so schools can't go fast enough, not for the needs of technology companies. So how do we get you there? How do we prepare you? So what do? You have to take a leap. You have to take a jump. And you have to cross that gap, bridge that skills gap. And that's a lot of ways to do this. We're trying to find out better ways to do this, including working with schools themselves to offer auxiliary courses on this. Okay. So first thing, though, as you heard about your CVs, this is your first step. You need to build your brand, who you are. And I'll give you some real-world statistics about internships in a few slides from now. But find out something that helps you stand out in this room, for example, right? How do you distinguish yourself? So build your brand. Take ownership. This is your journey. No one's going to carry you through it. You have to take ownership and follow the steps to get the skills you need to become really valuable to employers. So level up. We need to level your skills up somehow, okay? Schools will catch up eventually. I was doing a talk at Binyan Integrated High School last Thursday, I think it was, to 11th and 12th grade students on Introduction to AI. And the faculty want more training on that. How do they teach these courses? How do they expose students to these concepts? Because this is what employers need. This is what we are facing right now. So how do you do this? So part of building a brand and building your skills is to blog, write about something you know. You get better at it. Share your experiences. You learn from it as well. So as any educator might say, the best way to learn something is to teach it, right? I think most of you might agree with that, right? So because you'd always learn more and more. And what's interesting is that generationally, I'm a Gen X. I'm old, okay? And Gen Z's interface and consume knowledge very differently than the way I did it. So we have to also address the audience properly. Write to the group you want to write to, or present, or engage them in a way they understand. Big challenge. Your peers, all of you here, know each other, help each other, rely on each other, okay? Joining the groups, the community groups are very, very beneficial because you can network. As we heard earlier today, networking is very, very important. This is one of the main ways to find out opportunities to get more skills. Speak at events. For those of you who haven't spoken before, eventually you will. It's a great way to know people and also to reinforce and grow in what you already know. Okay, I think this year, this is my 16th talk this year. I did 35 last year. Just because I love to share, I'm old, so I have a lot to talk about, right? But I love to share my experiences. And I want to see all of the youth have opportunity, especially now. And this is my personal mission. Build something. If you are in a developer, engineering type of a role, build something. We heard about your portfolio. This is very, very important if you're a developer. Okay, put what you build something and finish it and put it in GitHub. Have your portfolio, build your portfolio and build your brand. It shows off the skills that you have. Maximize your social media. Don't doom scroll all day on it, but maximize it. Share posts, read what other people are doing. Learn what they're doing and join in, have discussions, right? I'm not gonna talk much about TikTok, but I don't think it has a lot of value, personally, at least not in terms of educating yourself. When you're on social media, you want to learn. That's how you're gonna strengthen your skills, okay? Another way is to mentor. Now, some of you may think yourselves, I'm so young, I'm a first year, I can't mentor. That's not true. We all have opportunities to share our own personal experiences and wisdom with somebody else who may be even more lost or more confused what to do. So mentoring is a great way to build a relationship and also to learn from them, and you share what you know with them. So I'm really a big proponent of mentoring. And I mentor a lot of second, third-year students right now. Okay, here's a real-world scenario. We talked about CVs earlier. So CompuTrade, this is intern season for fourth years right now. So we received over 200 applications for internship at CompuTrade. We interviewed 25 of those 200. Those are the ones that made the pass, the 25. And we only hired 5, which is starting today, actually. But here's some real value for your CVs. You definitely need to be honest and truthful, okay? You need to not inflate your CVs. If you don't have experience, that's fine. We understand that, trying to hire interns, we understand that you don't have a lot of experience. But what you do put on your CV is fair game. We will go deep, okay? So if you list a thesis on your CV, you better be prepared to talk about what you did on that thesis and how it contributed to your skills. If you can't do that, it has no value. And that's what's going to filter out a lot of things, because we don't have a lot of positions. We can't hire 50 or 100 people. We love to, but we can't. So, and a lot of employers are like that. They'll be very selective in trying to find candidates with the skills they need. So your CV is your picture into you, right? So make it impressive, make it truthful, and make it demonstrative, whatever the word is. Demonstrate what you can do, capabilities. When we were going through the 200 resumes, we looked for thesis work and project work. And if you had any experience, that also, we looked at that. Schools mattered to a little bit, but not as much as you might think it does, especially in technology industries. Other industries, your school you go to may have a lot of value. But in technology, because we're trying to hire so many people, school isn't as important, but it still has importance, right? And especially internships, we understand we were looking for fourth year only who had no more other requirements but internship. so that we could hire them on afterwards. Because we're using interns as a springboard to hire into the company. And there's different companies hire different ways. I'm just giving an example how we did it. But in terms of technology, this is relatively common approach. So I want to talk about going deep. So if you're doing a thesis, and it's a group thesis, and there's 4 of you on the thesis, and all you did was project manage, don't put "you built this." Put your role in there very carefully, because the minute we ask you about what did you do and start trying to pull out the technical things that you did in your thesis, and you can't talk to it, the interview is going to stop. So we want to make sure you are talking about it. If you're a project manager of the thesis project, that's fine. We need those too. They're still good skills, but you got to talk about what you did. And also, when you're having your interview, you need to have a elevated energy. We want to see initiative. We want to see that you've done something, contributed heavily into your projects. If you're just, I know I worked on many projects before, and sometimes there's always one person who wants to just ride along. If you're the ride along person, you're not going to be able to answer those questions very well, okay? So think about what you do in your role on these group projects, doing your thesis, whatever you may be doing. If you're working at a side opportunity or another voluntary internship, what did you do? How did you add value, okay? Gain your skills. So this is something I love to talk to interns about. They, like, say, for example, a common theme lately is machine learning stuff. I talked to an intern who did a image recognition type thesis about solving a problem. And we got pretty deep into what they use, algorithms and those kind of things. Those are really good conversations. And this intern actually could talk about what they did. And I asked questions like, did you consider this? Did you do this? Do this? And even if they didn't consider it, it's fine. The way they answered was very important as well, because you're learning. And even I learn all the time. I don't know everything. I mean, when I worked at AWS, we have 250 plus services. I might know like 50 really well. The rest I don't know, because you can't know everything. So you learn all the time, right? It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Just be truthful about what you know and what you don't know. And if you're in 4th year, it's kind of hard now to catch up. So you can do it after you graduate. Get courses, go online, try to find things where you can learn. I know some of the cloud clubs like PUP offers skills-based courses, right? They're out there. You can find these things, some free, some may cost a little bit of money. Certifications are valuable, especially in technology degrees, but have certifications with work behind it or something to support it, because just because you pass certification just shows you can take a test. We want to see real world application of those skills, okay? And what else? So I think just the key here is go prepared to go deep, especially in technology companies. When you're applying for a role, either an intern or as a real full-time employee, be prepared to go deep in your discussions, okay? That's all I'm really saying on that. If you want to do an internship before your 4th year, a voluntary one or even a paid one, that's great. Just make sure the internship is giving value to what you want to do, okay? If you're going to go hire at a company, and let's say you are a DevOps engineer and they have you doing paperwork, might not be the best internship for you, okay? Make sure the internship that you want to get or you pursue is relevant to the skills that you want to develop, okay? Okay, so this is a big thing as well. Where do you get these courses? What do you do? Some schools have electives that have specialized cloud skills. Some schools offer auxiliary or augmented class programs. We're still working. This is a really hard problem to solve, especially at state schools. State schools don't have a lot of funding. They don't have the ability to pay faculty. A lot of faculty don't have the opportunity to upskill themselves. It's a challenge everywhere. It's not just with the students and the courses themselves, but who can deliver the courses? How do you pay for that? How do you fund that? So A lot of things happening across the industry, a lot of things happening in educational areas. CTP is starting to work a little bit with DepEd and getting involved in the education side. How can we also upskill the faculty, right? That seems to be a big problem overall. Where do the faculty get trained? How do they have time to do that? Or how do they get funded to be able to take seminars and things, right? So this is a big problem, but follow your networks and don't be shy. If you're in a cloud club or learning club or a user group, ask questions. I need to learn this topic. Can someone suggest me a course that they took? Maybe a Udemy course or Linux Academy or Tutorials Dojo, right? A lot of different ways you can learn things. Ask for recommendations. Just don't stumble blindly through it because there's a lot of resources out there. A lot of content that's not so good, and a lot of content that's really, really good. Okay, so ask your networks. They've been through this. And if you can, in your networks, try to find someone who can mentor you. Right? That would really be beneficial. Someone can help guide you a little bit about their experiences. And if you want to be a DevOps engineer, try to find someone who's doing that role as a mentor for you. You'd be surprised. A lot of people will be happy to mentor. Okay? A lot would. Just got to ask them. So don't be shy. That's part about taking the initiative. Doing it yourself. Be accountable. Take ownership. You need to be the one who's walking that path. No one's going to push you along it. Okay? Okay, so I'm almost done. Don't worry. I think I am done. Okay, so that was fast, but I just want to re-emphasize about your CVs. When you're applying for jobs, you're one of many, many, many other applicants. Tens, 20s, hundreds, more than hundreds. Gcash gets thousands of resumes all the time. And most of them don't go anywhere because they're missing key things. So your CV is your portfolio. I mentioned before, we don't need to see photographs on your CV. We don't care. We want skills. And we try to avoid that kind of bias, automatic bias, right? So if you just avoid that, focus on what your skills are with concrete information. There was a resume that you put up that was multiple pages. Actually, two forms were shown: chronological of work, and then one of a project more like layout. If you're starting out, chronological is very important. If you can get any work experience. If you don't have any work experience, then project is the way to go. But put some depth into what you did, because as employers who are looking for a hire, we want to explore what you can do. What your past was, what kind of person you are. Because it's not just the tech skills, but also your soft skills, how you work in a team, how do you handle stress and pressure, how do you find out, how do you improve yourself if you don't know something, what do you do? I use Google a lot, now I use AI a lot, Perplexity a lot for answering my questions, but the point is I can get questions. I don't know everything. So I will try to understand what I need to learn, and then I use like AI to guide me to where to find the resources, right? I don't have it write things for me. I have it guide me. Oh, go read this, go learn into this. Great thing to do. And you can do all this on your own. Build your portfolios though, okay? Have something of substance that can represent what you've done and your contributions and how employers can assess that from a technology perspective, okay? I think that's all my last comments. Okay.
Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Paul Sears, for that amazing presentation. Now, we have a bit of a Q&A that you guys can actually ask.
Yeah,
Mr. Paul Sears.
While we're going around the crowd over here, we'd also like to thank Sir Paul Sears. Thank you so much for giving us the truth about AI, and even though it sounds intimidating, because it really is, and it's very fast-paced, and it's ever evolving, and you know that firsthand. Thank you for assuring us that we can learn it, and that it's really okay to just ask questions and to just admit that you don't know what you're doing, because most of us, all of us, don't really know what we're doing, and that's okay. So we will now be opening our Q&A session. Is there something that you really want to ask, you're itching to know about AI or cloud? We have someone over here. Kuya in the glasses, tell me your name, your course really loudly, and your affiliation.
My name is Lance Omandal, and I'm from BS Computer Science of third year. I would like to ask a question. So we know that technology is ever evolving and fast paced, and as a veteran yourself, how can newbies catch up to this fast paced field in different sectors such as cybersecurity and other more?
Okay, I have 3 suggestions around that. First of all, join community or user groups in that particular skill you want to learn more about, right? So for example, if you want to learn about cloud security on AWS, there's an AWS Cloud Security User Group. Just join it. Even if you know nothing, just attend. Start listening to the conversations and watching the presentations that are happening. You'll start to slowly learn some skills, terminology, things to go investigate. And you'll also make connections with people who are there, which leads to my second point. Find connections that can help you. Mentor or people who have jobs, ask them how they did that, all right? So it takes a little bit of work from you. No one's going to hand you a document and say, this is your answer. It's going to be personal for you, but you can leverage your networks to help you with that. And the third thing is research all the skills that you need. So for example, I'm not going to promote AI at all, because I think it's a very, very complex technology we're facing here. But if you want to learn what skill is, let's say, how do I become skilled in cybersecurity? You can enter that as a prompt in ChatGPT or Perplexity AI, and it will recommend to you things you can do, the skills that you might need to do. Oh, I know this skill. Oh, I don't know this skill. I better go learn more about this. And then you can go look on YouTube or Udemy or those other sources to help find courses or videos or things that can help you with that. So the first question has, what do I do? Well, you can use AI to kind of give you an outline of things you need to cover. But also your mentors have real world experience. They will give you probably the best suggestions of how to get started, right? I think I answered your question. Okay.
Is that all?
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that question. We have another one, Mr. Paul Sears.
We have another one.
Yeah, Mark from PUP Manila.
Oh, Mark, okay. Mark should have no questions. So.
My question is mostly for the general audience, so I just wanted more clarification. So there's a lot of good tips that are given in your talk, and of course, Ms. Brianna's talk about building or preparing yourself for your career. So my question would be, let's say we have 2 different scenarios. Let's say, for example, we have a first-year student who has a lot of time to prepare for their career, and we have a 4th-year student who has little time to prepare for their career. What would you say would be the most ideal tips to prioritize? For example, should they prioritize taking online courses, or should they prioritize taking certifications? Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's a difficult question, and I really appreciate it, but it's a real world, right? If you're in 4th year and you find you have a lot of gaps, you are going to panic some. But what the reality might be, it might take you a little longer to get prepared, but now after you're graduating, you have a lot of free time maybe, right? So maybe you don't jump into the workforce immediately. Maybe you wait 3 months, and those 3 months you go and take a lot of courses intensively, right? You can do that. Depends on how you learn, depends on your ambition, right? Because everybody learns differently. I'm a very visual learner, or I read a lot. Those are my 2 ways. I don't like listening to audio. I'm not a big fan of talk. Even though I talk a lot, I'm not a big fan of talk. I like reading a lot and maybe watching a video to help something, right? That's the way I learn. So I got to find the right content and present the way I want to learn it. But also, your fourth year, you're starting to get in panic mode. You have this pressure to immediately enter the workforce. And I can't speak for your personal situation, but if you have opportunity to delay a little bit to get some core skills that you're missing, it's probably going to be more productive for you than jumping right in and trying to struggle your way up. Because, and I focus a lot on provincial schools right now because the big challenge they have, they're not in Metro Manila. There's a lot of user groups, a lot of ways to learn more skills by going to a session at nighttime, right? But if you're 2 or 3 or 4 hours away from Manila, you can't do that. So what happens are you may get a job, maybe at a BPO, maybe at some basic level job, and then you're struggling to survive just day by day because your salary is not very high. You have a lot of expenses for accommodations and food and stuff, and you're struggling, and you can't even spend your extra tuition or extra income to upskill yourself. In addition, traffic is ridiculous in Manila. For example, for me, I live in Antipolo. My work is Makati. Every day, it takes me 2 hours to Makati and 2 hours back. I spend 4 hours a day commuting. Imagine if I had 4 hours of my time to study, right? So it's a challenge. It's harder for you if you don't have the skills already. You have a lot of catch up to do, but you can still do it. And finding mentors is a big way to help that. Okay, joining user groups, communities is a big way to help that. Events like this are very important. Your learning club, cloud clubs, they're very valuable. First year, you have a huge opportunity because you're now on the middle of this big technology wave, especially around AI, right? Start doing stuff now. Don't spend all your days on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram socializing. Spend your time trying to learn something, okay? Every hour you spend learning something, a topic, is one less hour you worry about when you're in fourth year, right? So think about that. Prioritize. It's okay to be social, absolutely, but use the right tools and prioritize your focus. That also will show your future employers what you've accomplished throughout your early journey, right? If you're starting out motivated and doing all those extra courses and even getting internships as first year. I have 1 second year and 4 third years as my interns right now for Cloud Sensei. And my second year, it's amazing. Amazing second year. Didn't know anything in terms of what to do last July when I first talked to her, and now she's running my team. Okay, so you can do it if you get the right opportunity and the right thing, but you need time to find those. So spend the energy to do that when you're earlier on. Fourth year, mentor, try to get internships as many as you can. Take a break if you're possible at all to focus on those skills. That will really, really help you. Okay? Hopefully that helped. And maybe you agree, yeah? Okay.
That was really helpful, Paul. Thank you, Paul Sears. I believe we have another student who has been itching to ask you a question, but state your name, your course, affiliation, and then your question.
Good morning. I'm Justin Arshaga from BSIT, and I'm currently a member of AWS PCU Cavite. And my question is, how do you see AWS shaping the future job market in IT? And for you, what specific skills should students focus on developing right now, considering its diverse field?
Okay, excellent question. So AWS, in terms of cloud computing, IT skills have shifted, right? My background is operations. I ran data centers. My first roles were server administrators a long time ago. I would plug in hardware, rack and stack hardware, cable up networking equipment, configure routers. That was the old day. New day, you don't do that anymore. There's none of that stuff you do in the cloud because it's all software driven, right? Automation, especially for scale. So you don't find that many opportunities now to go work in a data center. But you still can be a server admin. Okay, you can still do those things because the server still exists in the cloud. You still have to have a web server or database server, whatever it may be. So you can continue to grow those skills. But how's AWS shifting that? AWS is bringing companies. So if you think about what AWS does, they are providing compute services in a large scale in certain parts of the world to let customers rapidly scale their environments, go from 1 server to 1,000 servers in minutes, okay? That's the value that AWS is bringing. They're trying to move companies into the cloud, and that's a different way of operating, a different way to spend money, etc. So they're focusing on that, but they're also focusing on new technology trends. And the latest trend right now is, what do you think it is? Gen AI, right? So AWS invests, just like Microsoft, just like Google, they invest huge amounts of resources to upskill and bring companies more modern into those services, because things like AI, Gen AI especially, are very expensive, make a lot of money for the companies running them, okay? So if you're running AI in your company, it costs you a lot, but the provider also earns a lot from it. So AWS has a service called Bedrock, a platform to run Gen AI models. Just like Google and Azure also have those things. And they can do it at scale you cannot do yourself. You don't have the ability to buy 1,000 GPU servers in your own building for your business. You need to rely on this. So that's where the shift is happening. But what you need to season onto is, how do you get the experience and the skills on that, right? So the current technology wave, actually there's 3 main ones that are happening right now. So Gen AI, computing at the edge, or IoT, is starting to come prominent again. It's back up again. And then quantum computing. Microsoft announced a quantum processor recently, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. AWS just announced theirs. Okay? So if you're an engineer or you want to get into the hard science around quantum computing, that's a skill you should start exploring. Research the researchers. Understand what they're doing. Research the topics. I did a talk at FEU back in February on AI. And one of these invited speakers, she's prominent in the region, and she came back and said, the only job that's going to matter in 5 years is cybersecurity. Okay? Because someone needs to police the models already. The models are kind of doing their own thing. Someone's got to still control that. Everything else, if you're a dev engineer, you may not have such a value. But I don't agree with that. I think what you need to do is find what the trends are and learn how to leverage those skills to your advantage. So AI, if you're doing AI, write code, but start using the AI assistants to help you. Not to build an application, but to understand how it thought about building an application. So you understand what you need to learn better, right? How can you write it better than them? Because you can still. But that's how you practice, right? And you can do these online a lot of times for free. AWS is a free tier. Google has free services. Azure has free services. You can learn all these things on your own, but you got to take the time to do that. So focus on those trends. I think IT is going to shift in the sense that more abstracted services, maybe data centers in a box. So you bring in a data center into your building, everything is done, you plug it in, and you use all like abstracted services, higher level services to manage it. Most IT now uses VMware. Did you guys learn VMware in BSIT? Virtualization? You don't know yet? What year are you? You're a first year, so maybe not yet. Who is BSIT older, like third year, fourth year? Anybody? Do you learn virtualization? Sorry?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so you're familiar with VMware, KVM, those kind of things? Okay, those are very important because those are the same concepts we use in the cloud. Virtualization of resources. So learn, you're going to see things more shift to that, less real hardware, more virtualized hardware. But the way you do the skills is still the same, cloud or not. I don't think that's going to change a whole lot. But I do think how we engage, what I didn't talk about actually earlier was soft skills. Soft skills were mentioned, they're very important. So if you're in BSIT, a lot of times you're kind of managing the corporate environment more often than not. And you need to be able to navigate or discuss with the stakeholders, the business lines, and what they need, right? How to deliver that. Whether you're managing a help desk, whether you're managing Office 365 email, or whether you're managing a SharePoint or something else, you need to understand what the business needs from you. So having those soft skills of communication, understanding requirements, planning, those kind of things are also very important. So I think that's going to remain the same. Just where the data center lives and IT is going to maybe shift. more devices, more to the edge, those kind of things I think you're going to see. Okay?
Yeah.
Sorry for the long answer.
It's all right, but it's all right. By all means. Again, I'd like to gather everyone's attention. These are really interesting times, and these are really demanding changes in our industry. So I'd like you all to listen. How about we give one big round of applause just to gather everyone's attention to Paul Sears. We have, I believe, two more
questions.
Two more questions over here. Oh no, we have more over here. We have more people. Okay, meron pa dito. Okay, we have one from your name, your course, your affiliation.
I am John Roland Gallardo from BSCPE, Computer Engineering first year. And my question is more based on your insights and advice for first year students. So realistically, as a student with no prior experience in the field, how difficult is it to be accepted into jobs in the tech industry?
With no experience, difficult, but you're just starting that. So in 4 years, hopefully you have enough experience to get the job. So this is not I'm first year and tomorrow I'm applying for a job at Globe or Gcash. It's, I have my curriculum now, I'll complete it, and then I'll apply for a tech job some down the road. What matters for you between now and then is the skills that you're gaining in that process. So whatever you can take, electives, seminars, courses, but if you take a seminar, make sure you understand what was mentioned and make sure you find quality seminars. Don't just take the high-level ones and get some attendance form. You need to be able to talk about what you learned. If you put it on your CV, we're going to ask you about it. Okay, so if we say, oh, I attended a seminar on cybersecurity on this, and we cover this topic, I'm going to say, do you know about networks? Do you know what? Can you explain the OSI model? Can you tell me how TCP stack works? Can you tell me how a ping flood works and those kind of things? Right? We'll dive into that. If you're going to say, I learned some AI stuff, we're going to ask you about what you learned and those concepts. So don't attend just to get it on your CV. Attend to learn it and get it on your CV because we will ask you. So you have 4 years, maybe less if you accelerate yourself, but 4 years at least to build those skills you have. So I think the first year, my advice is to find what your passion is in your degree plan. What part of BSCE, you call it CPE or CE, right? Yeah, so whatever computer engineering is for you, what it means to you, what part do you like? I mean, quantum computing is huge. Maybe your school doesn't offer that, but you can still learn it on your own, right? You can still go out there and pursue that. That could be something you really want to focus on. So find your passion and then navigate your roadmap, your journey along that passion. Okay? Okay?
Ayan. So thank you very much, everyone. Give it up again to Paul Sears. Thank you so much. And also, again, that was really valuable and that was really encouraging with the way you encourage us, even though it's really hard to break into the industry because it's been really saturated and it's getting really difficult to catch up with it. So thank you for the encouragement. Let's welcome our next speaker.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Paul Sears. Again.
Round of applause for Mr. Paul.
Yan. Buhay pa ba kayo? We will be giving out prizes later. At syempre may mga games pa kami. Marami pa kaming maipamimigay sa inyo mamaya. So for now, we would like for you all to give us your ears and your eyes and your brains and your heart. Syempre pati yung passion ninyo with tech. Tama.
So let's welcome our next speaker.
Exactly.
Okay, so Isius Giang is a recognized leader in cloud computing, cybersecurity, and technology education. As the regional captain and founder of the AWS Cloud Club Philippines, he leads initiatives that empower students and professionals to bridge the gap between academia and industry. He has extensive experience in security risk assessment, compliance, and cloud infrastructure. Beyond technical expertise, Isius is a highly active mentor and instructor, having served as a course coordinator for AWS Restart, Education PH, and an AWS Infrastructure Camp instructor. He has also played a key role in major industry events, including AWS Community Day Philippines, Global Campus Connect, and Cybersecurity Summits, where he has contributed as an organizer, speaker, and advocate. Committed to democratizing cloud security and bridging the IT industry gap, ISAIS continues to drive impactful programs that equip students and professionals with the skills needed to succeed in the evolving IT landscape. Once again, give it up for our next speaker, ISAIS Giyang.
Mic test. All right. Before I start, I want you, kayong nito sa likod, i-fill out yung mga upuan na wala. Please stand up, stand up.
Stand up, people.
Dali.
Stand up. Let's
Fill out yung mga upuan na wala.
Officers,
Kayo-
help out.
Fill out yung mga upuan na wala. Gitna. Because I want our talk to be intimate. Because I want our talk to be authentic. Please stand up. And then officers, please make sure that everyone who's going to papasok na bago, dapat i-fill out yung mga seats. Pa-fill out. Thank you.
Yan. Marami pang hilera dito. Over there.
Alright, guys. Stand up.
MMA students, sa unahan
Stand
po
up.
tayo. Let's
Padiretso
go.
dito. Dali.
Sa front row po tayo, front row.
Stand up.
Double time, people. Thank you so
Yan.
much for your
Sobrang
participation.
crowded na natin bigla.
Exactly. Nabuhay ang lahat. Napatayo mo, Kuya Asi. Officers, help out.
Hello
Let's,
po, sa unahan po tayo.
Yan, dito tayo. Simulan ninyo.
Kuya,
Ito na yun.
Dali.
Ito na yun.
Oh, sige, tutulong ako sa pag-operations.
Ito na, operations
you.
natin.
Ako dito. Dali.
Lakad po tayo, lakad po tayo. Medyo traffic sa EDSA pero kakayanin.
Exactly. Ganyan naman talaga sa
Ayun na.
Pinas. Yan.
First row, okay na?
First row.
MMA, pasok kayo. Upo po
Mga
tayo.
people.
MMA. Sir Andy, paano ba to?
Kaninong teacher kayo?
Sir Andy, oh.
Alright. Ikaw, sir. O, di ka na. Upo ka na. Dali na. Let's sit.
Okay, or
Huwag kayong mahihiya.
Yeah. Let's not be...
We have more people in the back.
We have more people in the back. Yung mga freshly mga arrival na mga first ones
Nako,
natin dito.
pupuntahan na ni Kuya Asi.
Alright,
Susunduin
guys.
kayo.
Po tayo.
Mga pogi at mga gandang mga students, let's tayo saglit. And let's fill out the seats that are unoccupied.
Hello po.
Alright.
Pag hindi nyo
Tayo po
gagawin
tayo
yan,
dito. Okay,
isusumbong
sa unahan.
namin kayo.
Yeah.
Ano ba ang teacher
O, diba?
ninyo?
Mas madami.
Di ba mas alive at mas engaged kayo at mas front row kayo sa
Okay.
natututunan?
Energy check tayo sa mga PCU students. MMA, magingay. Mahina. MMA, magingay.
Mahina. One more time. May mag-ingat. Thank you.
Ayan. Okay, next.
Alright.
BSIT.
At the count. Sige.
BSCS. Okay na. Buhay na, Kuya Asi.
Okay. At the count of 15, I want everyone to settle and listen to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Among you here are freshmen. Freshman ka? Hindi mo halata. Second year. Okay. Third year. Alright. Mga Thunders, fourth year. Alright. Mga senior citizen, fifth year. None so far. Okay. So, I understand that a lot of you here are in multimedia and there's a lot of programs na dito. Okay? But the title of my talk isn't just about BSIT, BSCS. It's about leadership through advocacy. I'm going to hone your soft skills. So we started this talk. Ano nangyayari, officers? Bakit madaldal? Sige, never mind. Ayamin na yan. Ay, hindi. Stay pa rin siya. Okay, sige, never mind.
Okay, the title of my talk is Leadership Through Advocacy. All right? And the theme that na binigay sa akin is more on about communication. We started the tone of my speaking engagement with you guys filling out the seats in front of you. All right? Why? Because I want our talk to become authentic, and I want our talk to become real. Okay? Who among you here has no idea on what they're doing in their university? Okay, a lot of you. So lahat kayo, alam niyo gagawin niyo sa university, wala. Pag nilapitan ko kayo, pag tinanong ko kayo, alam niyo na. Alright? Pero I believe that some of you are quite intimidated, or some of you are lost, right? In how the university works. Who among you here, pinili nilang program, ay gusto nila talagang program. So I would assume the ones who didn't raise their hands, they choose the program because it's either practical, but they choose the program, it's because it's the only program that is available for them. Pero hindi nila talaga gusto. Alright? Mind you, the theme of my talk isn't just about your career, but it's how we're going to advocate for that career. Okay, kahit hindi nyo gusto yung ginagawa nyo as of the moment, I hope in this talk, you will be able to realize na there are options out there beyond these domains or beyond the chosen career or the chosen program that you put into. So more about me, more about me. I'm currently the regional captain of AWS Cloud Club Philippines. Basically, I oversee the overall operations of the country organization. So yun lang naman yun. And so far, I love to walk, talk, and teach. Okay? So first of all, is this. Ikaw, sir. Can we see or can we, ano yung mga nakikita natin dito sa picture na to? Ano ma-observe natin? You may go.
Ano ba yan? Mga social.
Sa mata ko. Right? Maramdaman ko na yan.
Mga social apps like LinkedIn and mga communication networking apps, ganun.
Communication. Alright. Sabi ni, ano name mo, sir? Sabi ni Josh, sa research daw na yan, it's my communication. Ikaw, sir?
Meron pong mga soft skills po na nadidim ng mga UK employers na important po.
Okay. So, it says there, right, your employability, based then sa mga previous speaker, is heavy on the soft skills. What are soft skills? What is an example of soft skills?
Talking po and yung mabilis nyo pong ma-adapt yung skills.
Okay, so sabi ni, sabi ni Vince is that either talking and the ability for you to able to absorb the information fast. Okay? So sabi daw dyan is 9 in 10. So when we say 9 in 10, in percentage, 90% in the United Kingdom, all right, they consider more on the soft skill or mas demand ang soft skill rather than the technical skills. Kasi ate, hindi na umarap sa akin, no? All right? And then, sinabi din there, however, 7 in 10, 70% felt that skill gaps will grow in the next 5 years. Take note, right? 70% daw mababawasan ang soft skill or communication skill na gap ay na employability. Why is that? Because soft skills aren't really something that can be taught. But soft skills are something that can be taught. All right? You do not learn to swim by simply reading the water. But you learn to swim by simply going to the water. Because soft skills is not a theoretical skill, but it's an application skill. All right? And why do people hirap ma-master tong skills na to? Lack of practical experience. Ilan ba dito may subject na about communication? Few of you. Pero sabi sa research, in 5 years, 70% dyan, bawas ang soft skill. As fresh grad, employers will not expect that you guys are going to be great in your chosen career. Alright? Kasi fresh grad kayo. But what is your edge? Soft skills. Why do you think that BPO or mga call centers ay madalas, right, madali mag-career shift? Magulat ka na lang, hindi na sila call center. Nasa ibang, magulat ka na lang, nag-doktor na. Nagulat ka na lang, yung mga call center, ay, nag-software engineering na. Why? Because the nature of their job as a call center is to communicate. Right? The nature of their job as a call center is to handle clients and handle relationships. Right? So with these skills, or with these numbers, ay, parang mali ito. Okay. I'm going to show you how powerful soft skills are. Right? But before that, I want you to scan this QR. I'll give you 1 minute to scan this QR. Lahat ng first 10 lang ay mananalo ng headphones, LinkedIn Premium account, bag, tumbler. 1 minute lang. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, congratulations everyone. You guys are biktima ng social engineering. Do you see how powerful soft skills are? Do you see how powerful communication is? So, kayo nabuking kayo agad, di ba? Kung gaano kagaling yung soft skills. Kaya marami nagka-career shift sa soft skills. Kaya maraming umuunlad because simply they know how to talk. Kasi magaling mang-scam. Pag magaling ka mang-scam, milyonaryo ka talaga, di ba? Pag naaapakan ka, may naaapakan kang tao. But, mind you guys, alright, listen to me. That is the danger of soft skill. It can be used as an advocacy, or it can be used as a weapon. It can be used to manipulate him, to manipulate me, to manipulate you. Alright? So, bakit sa tingin nyo, maraming nabibiktima ng cybersecurity? Bakit sa tingin nyo, maraming nabibiktima ng GCash na nawawalan sila ng pera doon? Bakit sa tingin nyo, sobrang talamak ng cybersecurity attack happening in the Philippines? Not because of the technological gap, but listen to me, it's simply because the lack of understanding of social engineering. And social engineering stems from a powerful weaponizing of soft skill. Your communication skill is either to be a gem, your communication skill in the future is either to be going to be a future of your industry, or it can be a weapon, a danger for the ongoing advancement of cybersecurity attacks. Nangyayari ang cybersecurity attack because 95% ng mga developers ay hindi marunong makaintindi of what is an attack or scam or no. Because simply, they lack the practical knowledge of soft skill. So kanina ako, isang sabi ko lang na 1 minute, may swags kayo, may tumbler kayo, seems to be an advocacy, but a danger na. Right? Ay, sorry. How do you do this? Okay. And according to the study of IBM, human error is the most cost problem because kaya nai-scam yung lola natin. Human error is the most cost problem kung bakit ka nawawala ng pera sa GCash. Human error is probably the most cost of problem kaya nagkakaroon ng cybersecurity attacks. And when we say human error, magkakamali mo, ikaw, ako. Right? Next slide here. So I'm going to show you how communication works. So meron ako dyan 3. This one is from Sir Romulo Gapos. Pero may dinagdag ako dyan, yung leadership part. Okay? So active listening. So sa active listening, Okay. Sa active listening, may tatawag ako na 5 whys. Okay? So for this one, for example, Kuya Asi, gusto ko gumawa ng thesis about this one. Kuya Asi, gusto ko gumawa ng application because of this one. Kuya Asi, gusto kong gumawa ng multimedia or video editing of this one. Ang lagi kong sagot, why? Kuya Asi, kasi gusto ko kasi makatulong. Why? Kuya Asi, gusto ko maging student leader. Why? Right? So, with this one, we need to understand, we need to be grip on our whys. Kuya Asi, gusto ko mag-enroll sa BSIT. Why? Kasi gusto ko mag-software developer. Why? Kuya Asi, gusto ko mag-multimedia. Why? Gusto ko mag-engineering. Why? Pera? Okay, good. Good yun. Kasama yun sa why natin on the financial stability. But why do you want to become financially stable? Kaya kasi yung family ko isn't from someone na ganun kayaman eh. O bakit gusto mo tumulong sa family mo? Kasi ganyan, right? And most often, lahat tayo is my why, but most often hindi natin na-deep down kung bakit ba talaga tayo nandito. Kung bakit natin ginagawa the things na ginagawa natin. Kung ako tatanungin nyo kung bakit ako nagsasalita dito that I could have been stayed at home, right? Nag-Netflix or gumawa ng mga backlogs, but I chose to be here, right? Because I have my 5 whys. I chose to be here because of you. I chose to be here na I could have used this, right? Or kayo, you could have used this in your classes, right? Balita ko, pina-excuse pa kayo. Okay? But I want you to understand that sooner or later in life, everything will be taken in for granted that you could have listened in the first place. And that is the most extreme powerful of soft skill. It's simply by listening. Ano ba to? Nakakalito naman to. Ayan. Alright? So kayo, kapag yung mga mendigo nagtatanong sa akin, gusto ko gumawa ng ganyan. I do not judge them na sinasabi ko, bakit mo gagawin niya? May nakagawa na niya. No. We need to teach our students to become advocate of their own. Kasi kapag gumawa sila ng product, it's a personal struggle kasi gusto nilang mapadali yung buhay. Did you notice, for example, kapag gagawa kayo ng thesis based or derived from your personal struggle? Or kung gagawa kayo ng application, is based from personal struggle. Aside from pinagawa ng prof nyo, right? Pero pag pinapagawa kayo ng prof nyo, gumawa kayo ng ganitong application. Gagawa kayo ng application about, for example, is to make someone reads faster or to make someone to learn how to read easier. Because siguro, nung time nyo, is yung nasa shoes pa lang kayo noon, hindi kayo marunong ganun kagaling magbasa. Alright? So, listen, ask them why, and eventually, pwede nyo nito i-practice sa sarili nyo that a simple act of listening is better than giving unsolicited advice. Alright? So, kapag may run sa inyo, you need to ask them, what do they need? Do they need someone just to listen or an emotional support na kailangan nila ng advice? Because I do believe, alam nila yung pinagdadaanan nila. Di ba, sir? Shh. Di ba? Yung mga kapya nyo, madadaldal eh. Pero we need to have an emotional quotient kung ano talagang kailangan nila. Alright? And ito din, a lot of you may not know kung ano pinagagawa nyo in this college, but I want you to understand that you do not need to know everything. And that's okay. Hindi nyo pa alam, third year na kayo, pero wala pa kayong alam na na katahaki na career. That's okay. First year na kayo, pero di kayo sure sa program na kinuha nyo. That's okay. Alright? Fourth year na ako, pero hindi ko alam kung saan ako pupulutin. That's kinda okay. Joke lang. That's okay. Alright? That's okay. Because part of being a student is the ability to understand that we need to explore. And you might not be happy in your current program. Sana, happy kayo sa school. Joke lang. So you may not be happy in your current set of friends. But being a student is for you that you can afford mistakes. And that's okay. Right? We need to be comfortable in saying, we do not know, but we will figure out. When I become a regional captain, I do not know how to run a country-level organization. I do not know how to lead. God knows I don't even know how to communicate. Right? But mind you guys, opportunities knock nang hindi kayo ready. Because the secret formula on why am I in the position where I am today, it's simply because I accepted the opportunity even though I'm not ready. Because no one will going to be ready. Alright? I don't know how to do this, but we will figure out. Okay? So, most often, ang pagkakamali kasi, kapag ako nagbibigay ng opportunity, ito may internship dito. Kaya, ang unang sagot sa akin, hindi ko alam yung skill, di ako ready. No one is. Were you guys ready to become college students? We came from pandemic, right? No one is ready for that pandemic, but we eventually became to adapt because human biological instinct is for us to adapt and survive. And mind you, part of the human biological instinct is to connect. Right? Next yan. Ay, hindi yan next. I have a question. Ano sa tingin mo yung mas okay? Does a person deserve the title? Or the title deserves the person?
Title deserves a person.
Why?
Because the person owns it.
Ha?
Because the person owns it.
Okay, sabi dito ni, anong pangalan mo, sir? Chris. Sabi ni Chris, Ha? Ay, wow, Hercules yung name niya, ang galing. So, pero, sabi dito, the person deserves the title, yung una. Because the person owns the title. Do you agree? Hindi mo alam? And that's okay. All right, how about you, sir? The first one or the latter?
First one.
The first one. Bakit?
I mean, depending on the title, it's a qualification of something of some title. So, a person should be qualified for that title.
Okay, the person daw should deserve the title. I believe, guys, wala namang right or wrong dyan, okay? But in my own philosophy, it's the first one. Wala sa bingo card ko na magiging regional captain. Right? Wala sa bingo card ko na nandito ako in the position where I'm right now. But the title is eventually lumalapit sa akin. Because I do believe, kaya it's okay to say you don't know. Because I do believe everyone has a place. Alright? And everyone, kaya lagi yung sinasabi sa mga students ko, especially natin yung title, which is, it's okay. Pero most often kasi, may natatapakan tayo na pagdating doon. Ang habol ba natin is title? O ang habol natin is to inspire or to advocate? Bakit sa tingin nyo, may mga leaders na hoarder ng position lang? Because they came after for the title lang, but not with the responsibility. Bakit sa tingin nyo maraming students out there na nangongolekta lang ng mga org? Did I hit too close at home? Hindi naman, no? Bakit may ganun? Because they came after for the title lang, but not as a personal agenda. Ayun. So sa leadership, although may nilagay ako dyan, yung pangatlo dyan is gesture. Okay? Sa public speaking, meron akong tinatawag na triangle. Alright? Sa public speaking, kapag itong gitna is hindi nakikinig, ito, di nakikinig. Alright? Kapag itong gitna nakikinig, tapos iyon yung sa dulo nakikinig, tapos ito, nakikita ko, nakikinig pa, ibig sabihin, okay, hawak ko pa kayo. Kaya ako lumilipot-libot kasi kapag nandito na ako sa angle na to, titignan ko naman yung triangle na to. Pag ito nakikinig, yun nakikinig. Ito hindi nakikinig, babalik ako doon. Alright? O tingnan nyo, alright? Case proven. So pag dito, nakikinig na to, tapos yung sa dulo naman hindi nakikinig, doon naman ako. I have that triangle, right, in public speaking. And eventually, I'm a mentor. For you to become a mentor is simply to show up and to simply to create. Why do you think yung mga captains or yung mga student leader out there nagpo-post? Why do you think? Inutusan? No. Kasi kapag nagpo-post tayo ng pinagagawa natin, right? For example, advocate tayo, nag-video editing tayo, right? Pinost natin sa sarili natin Facebook, hindi sa hindi sa page, pero sa Facebook natin mismo. People will going to be curious about that, and people will going to ask you, how did you do it? How did you done that video editing? And eventually, sooner you don't realize you're already a mentor by simply answering the question of your students. And that's how leadership works. You don't even realize it, you're a leader na. Sa group project, kung sino yung nagtanong, guys, wala pa tayo, siya na yung leader. Right? Kasi, leadership isn't a role. Leadership in that group project isn't something to be appointed, but leadership in that position is something na merong may action. Alright? And please do not call yourself student leader if you're only for a role. Mabigat siya, but I have high regards and prestige in student leaders. If you're only for a title, if you're only for the role, please do not call yourself student leaders. Because someone could have used that platform for the greater good. Someone out there in your position could have used that platform to help someone in the dark. Right? So that is why I have high respect in student leaders. And medyo may prejudice na ako pag nalaman ko na title lang yung hawak na, ay, ganyan. Alright? And eventually, I don't know if tatanggapin yung call ng leadership. But when you do, you remember your roots. You remember your whys. can you please remember how to communicate? Because leadership is a call for change. Yung leadership nito, mga student leaders na nag-organize ng event na to, and nag-mobilize sa inyo na pumunta dito, either through force mandatory man yan, or because simply you volunteer to be here, that's a student leader. Diba? Tama. Okay, amen. Right? And the last is gesture. Kapag ako ba nag-talk, tas ganito ako. Right? Tas ganyan lang. Tas magsalita ako ganito lang. Oh. You guys really always going to listen. You guys are not going to listen. Pero kapag ako ganito, bold, strong, right? Tumawa ka sa bold, no? Yan, ako. Strong na lang. Pag strong, right? You guys are going to listen to me because I enforce authority. How? Simply because of gesture. Alright? And kapag ako, nagtotalk ako ng something, for example, nag-envision ako, guys, gusto ko yung group natin or yung group project natin, gusto ko yung thesis natin about cybersecurity. I use a lot of movements because I'm talking about the bigger picture, cybersecurity. Pero kapag sinabi ko ng cybersecurity about paano natin masisecure yung Facebook account ng AWS Cloud Lab PCU DASMA, gumaganyan na ako. Miniminize ko na yung movement ko because I'm talking about very specific stuff. Alright? So kayo ko pag nagpe-present, hello guys, welcome to our group project. This is group 1. No one is going to listen to that. Unless check yung prof nyo, right? Pero at least, if you want to present something, okay, you need to have a bigger movement and you need to dominate the floor. Nasa inyo yun. Okay? And use big gestures. And if you're talking about very specific something, like for example, gusto kong protektahan yung Facebook account ng PCU DASMA. Notice how my hands work is steady. Pero pag sinabi kong cybersecurity kasi ito ng school, I use big movements. Because in talking about in soft skill, kailangan natin madala yung mga nasa sakupan natin. Alright? And leadership through advocacy. Alam na natin kung paano yung soft skill. High level lang yan, pero kapag ako nag-crash course ng soft skills sa inyo, hanggang bukas pa tayo dito. Pero yun lang muna yung sinasabi ko. And the title of this talk is pinilit ko talagang leadership through advocacy. Alright? What comes in your mind when we say advocacy? When we say community pala?
It is a group of people who have one unite goal or ideas.
A group of people who have one unite goal or idea. Ikaw?
It's a group of people in one place, one location.
One place or one location. Last, ikaw sir.
Ano sir? Ano po? One culture.
One culture. Good. Actually, tama yun. So we are in the one place, shared with the same goal to learn in a culture of PCU. That's when we say community. But community isn't just a noun, but it's a verb. That is why I keep telling you that you will have a place. Because you will never be a noun. We need to be a verb. We need to be an action. We need to be changing every day. Right? So, kung sabihin mo ngayon is, estudyante ka lang, hindi ka lang estudyante. Ang bali, pag uwi niyo sa bahay, kuya kayo, ate kayo, anak kayo. Pagdating naman bukas, gamer kayo, or ewan ko sa inyo, Anyway, we need to be in action. Because leadership to advocacy is understanding your sociology. What does sociology means? Sumigaw ako kasi may natutulog eh. Nakita ko may natutulog. Buti nagising na eh. Okay, sociology is a scientific study of human society, relationship, and institution. And it's how people interact in groups, organization, or us as a society. Alright? So in short, when we say sociology, pag-aralan ang lipunan. When you're going to organize events, when you're going to create your group project, when you're going to create your own project, why? Is it simply because it's for you? It's for someone else? Or it's good for the people? Alright? And for us to be able to create a meaningful project, we need to be able to communicate it. Because I do believe, kaya maraming mas na-hire because of soft skill, because humanity over technology, always. Alright? Social role derives from a personal struggle. Bakit ko nga ba kiniit ang AWS Cloud Club Philippines? It's because I'm an advocate. I want to change something. Alright? And your career is closely tied with your engagement in the community. We always remember that. I'm in my position right now because I always engage in the community. Yung mga nagmo-multimedia arts, saan pa ba nila ibibigay o i-sell yung mga projects nila? Through the avenue of community. Kahit gaano kagaling mag-programming, kahit gaano kagaling sa arts, kahit gaano kagaling sa hardware, if you were not able to communicate that, to sell that, to share that, no one will know you. And people who has no talent, but they're able to communicate their soft skills. They were able to communicate their projects through soft skills, through posting, through engaging in the community. They are much more hireable than those people who are just kept their projects on their own. Than those people who did not show up. Kayo may mas edge na kayo because you guys show up listening to this. But people who are not able to attend this call, right? They will not know this. But you guys do. That's your edge already. And these are the things that you learn in joining this kind of organization. Alright? By simply showing up. Because luck isn't something that is created. Luck isn't something na basta-basta lang dumarating. Luck is there, or yung swerte ay nandiyan, yung opportunities na pupunta sa inyo, nandiyan, because of the hard work, of everyday hard work na ginagawa nyo every single day. And hindi yan swerte. It's the fruit of your hard work every day. So, I met this person, this amazing person. His name is Sir 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗓. His name is Sir 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗓. And he is my mentor. Nung time ko, nagsisimula pa lang ako, I was once in the shoes of the students who doesn't know what they're doing in life. Right? But I met that guy. Okay, umattend ako ng event. Ang ginawa ko, kinulit ko yan. Tinanong ko, sir, pwede ba ako mag-creatives lang? Pagpamat-pamat lang, volunteer lang, ganyan-ganyan, alright? And then eventually, mentorship happened from the professional. Right? A lot of students ask me, how do you get mentorship? My advice, mentorships happened based on the effort on the mentee to reach out. By simply asking questions. You don't realize, baka mentor mo na yung kaklase mo because lagi ka nagkokopya sa kanya. Hindi natin alam. Right? Or you don't realize, baka mentor niyo na yung jowa niyo kasi lagi kang emotionally unstable. Ang ingay niyo pag ganun, no? But anyway, if I joined the event, okay, and I did not reach out, there will be no AWS Cloud Club Philippines. If I joined the event, I showed up, but I did not able to communicate for those people who are already ahead of me, there will be no AWS Cloud Club Philippines. There will be no ASI standing in front of you talking about this. Nandito kayo sa event nito, do not take it for granted. Nandyan yung nanay ng former captain na maingay ngayon. Tapos nandito si Ben. Nandito kanina si Paul Sears. You could have used that opportunity to reach out to them. Right? Later, may mga networking, I believe, sana. Please use this opportunity to connect. Please use this opportunity to lead. And please use this opportunity to ask for mentorship. And I have a lot of combination of different mentors. Yung nasa left, all right, yung nasa left, that is the guy who taught me AWS. Yung nasa right, that is the guy who taught me about technical leadership then. Right? And when I started AWS Cloud Club, I did not do it alone. I have my team in me. In college, you will not survive if you're only on your own. Hindi nag-work yung kanta ni Taylor Swift dito na you're on your own, kid. No, that will not work in college. That might work in senior high school, but it will not work in college. Right? Here, in college, join communities because there is a place for you that you belong. You may not see it that now, but I promise you, right? You belong somewhere else. Outcast ka man ngayon, you will not be an outcast forever. Right? I will not be forever the regional captain. Because I only have 1 year eh. So alis na ako ng 2026. But the ideology of advocating through leadership lives on. Because sooner or later, you will not just become a leader, but an advocate to solution. Sooner or later, you will not just become an advocate to solution, but you will become someone else's survival guide. Because a lot of people, I believe, out here and out there, right, they are in their survival mode and they are hanging in threads. Either they are lost in their career, they are lost in their grades, they are lost in their... Hindi ko alam kung saan pa sila ligaw. Pero, people need you. And that is how pag-aralan ang lipunan means. Right? Understanding your sociology. Do you guys know what juggernaut is? Marvel. Oh, yes! And ano yung ginagawa ng juggernaut? Do you know what juggernaut is? Ano yung juggernaut?
Basta po, character sa X-Men.
Character sa X-Men, correct. Ano yung powers ni character ni X-Men sa juggernaut?
Parang tawag po dito.
Break ng walls.
Oo, ganun.
Ayun. Literally means juggernaut means an unstoppable force that can break through walls. Si Juggernaut, kaya na nasasapak-sapak si Deadpool because he has an exemplable, powerful force. Right? When we say Juggernaut of modernity, there is an unstoppable force of modernization. What is modernization means?
Modernization is being able to adapt.
Able to adapt as a society. What does modernization means?
Modernization is technology advancement.
Correct. Modernization means, based sa dalawang kuya natin there, it's an adapt of society through technological advancement. Ano ba yung mga technological advancement ngayon? ChatGPT, GenAI, yung mga tools na ginagamit nyo sa media, social media, right? There's Canva, right? But the paradox of technology, bakit ba ginawa in the first place si Facebook? To connect with your loved ones. Pero saan naman ginagamit si Facebook ngayon? It is now used as a political weapon for disinformation. Saan naman ginagamit ngayon si AI? Una muna, di ba, it's an extension of our lives sana, but now it has been used as a weapon as well. Kung ano-ano nung lumalabas sa deepfake dyan. Right? Yung mga software engineers, una is for them to build solutions sana. But what are they doing now? They're creating application that causes harms. Yung mga leaders out there, they could have been the beacon of democracy, and they could have been a beacon to ceasefire. But what they have done, late na sila, marami na namatay, nag-ceasefire pa. Sabi nga nila, anihin pa daw yung damo, kung patay na ang kabayo. The juggernaut of modernity, because as we human advance and create solutions and application, creatives, it's somehow we cannot control it. Sooner or later, you guys will be the future leaders and the future statistics of either dropouts or the future statistics of either exceptional leaders out there. Kasi ito kasi nangyayari ngayon. Technology, una, di ba si Einstein, yung ginawa niya yung formula niya, it was supposed to be to understand the universe. But no, it has been used as a key weapon in World War. Yung dynamite, it has supposed to be to use para mas mapadali yung pag-fish natin sa agriculture. But now it has been used for harm. And supposed to be na open source na AI, it has been used as a propaganda. And supposed to be na social media platform, it has been used as a weapon and as a political disinformation. And itong mga deepfake and mga AI, it's supposed to be a solution, but it has been used for syndication and criminal activities. And I'm going to ask you here, either nakikinig kayo or hindi, why are you here? It's a difficult answer. Right? Bakit kayo nandito? Simply because mandatory kami nandito. Kung hindi mandatory, nasan kayo? Sa school. Ano ginagawa nyo? Sa bahay. And what do you do in your house? Matulog. But, I do believe for you guys, you are destined for something more. You do not have to be great. Right? You do not have to be me. You do not have to be someone else. But you can be more than who you already are. And for the last piece, the youth's orientation is to get out of their orientation. Ngayon, alam nyo, ito si Benedict, itong Cloud Club na to, pwede itong mag-organize ng event on and on and on, magpa-mandatory on and on and on. And we are on the cycle of orientation and orientation and orientation. Alright? That's the gap of happening now in student leaders. We are always in the loop of orientation. I'm always in the loop of talking about leadership to advocacy. I'm always in the loop of talking about soft skills. I'm always in the loop of talking about how you are going to function as a role in your community. But the true orientation ang orientasyon ng kabataan is lumabas sa kanilang orientasyon. We can go on and on about here. Pwede ako mag-crash course dito ng 15 hours orientation about soft skills. Sinabi ko na sa inyo, bukas tayo matatapos. But that orientation will be nothing if you do not get out of your seats, if you do not get out of your room, if you do not get out of your comfort place. Kasi si Benedict o yung Cloud Clubs, they can on and on about mandatory attendance here. And you will always be in the continue of orientation. Mind you, life will not be a life or a sequence of orientation, but you will be going out there. Alright? Hindi ko kayo sa tinatakot, but I want you to prepare. Kasi imagine if lahat tayo leaders and advocates for creating a solution, there will be opportunities here in the Philippines and people nasa abroad would not go abroad anymore because nandito na yung opportunity sa Pilipinas. Do you believe that? That technology should be used for good? Do you believe that? Kasi ang dami nagsasabi sa akin, masyado ka namang idealistic, masyado ka namang optimistic. Of course, I'm going to be idealistic. Because there's no one else who's going to fight for their country but you youths. Us, kabataans. Wow. Araneo. Anyway, wala nang ibang maglalaban or magmamahal ng bansan to. I do not blame you if gusto nyong magpa-abroad. Because andun yung opportunity. Andun yung pera. Bakit andun yung pera? Because a lot of people or a lot of investors na mayayaman nag-invest sa ibang bansa. Ano bang i-invest dito sa Pilipinas? Kayo sumagot nun. That is your leadership through advocacy. And kapag marami ng investors dito sa Pilipinas, tataas ang sweldo natin. Right? And your mother, your father, your brother do not need to leave this country because nandito na yung pera para sustentahan kayo. You do not need to leave this country because nandito na yung pera para makasama nyo lang yung pamilya nyo. You do not need to leave this. Your true orientation to get out of your orientation. Thank you for listening. And if you have more question either dito or sa ninyo sa Facebook, okay?
Thank you so much, Kuya Asi. Ayun talaga, tunay na visionary dyan.
Tama. I completely agree with you on that part.
And ayun nga, tama nga yung sinabi niya kanina. Kasi kung andito yung opportunity, mas nadami ang trabaho, tataas ang sahod, tataas ang demand.
Exactly.
And ayun.
Ayan. So, i-apply natin yung natutunan natin from Kuya Asi. Dito muna ako. Doon si Kali.
Oh, sige.
Ayan. Sabi ni Kuya Asi, kung saan ang hindi nakikinig, doon kami. Nakikinig ang crowd ko. Yung sayo.
Okay naman yung akin, ikaw?
Medyo nadidistract na. Ano ang pinaka natutunan mo? Ano ang pinaka nakuha mo sa speech ni Kuya Asi today? Name, course, stand up please.
Jonathan Valdez po, BSIT. Natutunan ko po is yung hanggang third year daw po kahit wala ka pang choice sa job mo is okay lang daw po kasi may mapapag-isipan pa naman daw po.
Okay. Maghanap ako dito sa akin.
Sige, maghanap ka.
Testing ko kung nakinig kay Kuya Asi.
Sige.
Dito tayo sa likod. Sa likod daw
Na-apply yung sa crowd ko, nakikinig.
Sa'yo sa unahan, dito sa akin sa likod.
Sige. Noted yan.
Sino kaya pwede kong piliin dito? O ikaw, Kuya. Ano pong pangalan nyo?
Muhammad.
Stand up, Kuya.
Stand up, Kuya. Name, section. Ayan.
Ano po?
Anong name section?
Ano po? BSCP po, Muhammad.
Year?
First year po.
Ano naman natutunan mo sa ni Kuya Asi?
Ano po? Tungkol po dun sa ano ba yun?
Sa?
Public speaking po. Paano po yung kunyari po mag-explain po sa harap.
Okay. Social engineering. Okay. Pinakinggan ko si Kuya Asi, syempre, as a public speaker din. Talagang command attention So, yeah, we have another one here.
Oh, meron pa. O,
We have
sige.
another one here. Hindi, sa pilitan to.
O, sige.
Sa pilitan.
Tama. Bakit hahayaan natin sila maging
ito.
willing?
Oh, ikaw,
Patayuin mo.
Ikaw, kuya. Tayo tayo. Gusto mo ba ng 5,000? Ay,
5,000 ba?
1.5.
1.5.
1.5 liter na Coke.
Yun, pwede na.
Pwede na yun. Yeah.
So, yun. Sa public speaking, use gestures kung salita. Use big movements pagka, ano yan?
Yeah.
Pagka nasa big idea. Big idea. Yeah.
Tama.
Tapos then, litan mo yung gesture kapag nasa specifics na. Then, ano ba? Yung huli, kailangan mong lumabas sa loop ng orientation. You have to take risks.
Nakinig.
Tama.
Nakinig.
Nakinig.
May tanong
Palakpakan.
ako.
Isa palakpakan.
Nakinig si Kuya. Nilista niya talaga. Parang siya yung nag-bullet point for Kuya si minutes niya.
Ano yung
May tanong ako.
mo?
Sino yung nabiktima ng LinkedIn Premium headset at 1,500 sa
Taas kamay.
kita?
Huwag kayong mahiya.
Taas mo yan.
Kilala ko kayo. Bilang
Mga
kayo.
uto. Ay.
Ayan.
Oo. Ayan. So, nakita natin yung importansya ng social engineering na
Tama.
double-edged sword siya. No? Nasa puso na ng tao, nasa intention na yan ng leader natin kung papaano niya gagamitin yun. Ngayon, you walk out of this venue, a leader already. Papaano mo ia-apply ngayon yung tinuro ni Kuya Asi, di ba? Now, to start our Q&A session, ako magsisimula. Kuya Asi, ano po ang importance ng e-certificate sa sarili mo, sa resume mo? Ayan.
Alright. Maganda kasi kapag may e-certificate, makikita doon kung ano talaga yung natututunan.
Tama.
Either kung soft skills, or kung resume man, or yung kanina yung sinabi ni Paul is career orientation ata yun. Okay? The importance of e-certificates is not just about validity. Okay? Kasi you can be here, right? Pero alam nyo, sa bahay ko, meron akong kwarto, there's a collection of e-certificates. Either for public speaking or the time ng freshman pa lang ako, na basta lang ako uma-attend, and I collected them. Hindi ko sila tinapon. Yung mga e-certificate, I printed them, hindi ko sila tinapon. Because it reminds me of something. Okay? The importance of them naman sa career nyo, alright, it can be put in your experiences that you attended this seminar. Alam nyo ba sa professional setting, professional are dying to be in the seminar kasi nga, masastock nila yan sa resume nila that they've been here. Do you know that? Right? Most of you don't. That's why the importance of these e-certificates shouldn't be taken for granted. And the importance of having to attend here while other universities are dying to have a slot in their seminars.
Tama.
Right? Walang mandatory. Sa PUP, walang mandatory dun. They want to be there because it can be stuck in their resume. Right? Kahit di sila makinig eh. Kahit hindi kayo makinig. But for you, the ability for you to show up, that's where opportunities came. Ako kahit hindi ako nakinig noon, God knows, I don't even know what was I know serverless yung unang inattendan ko noon. Serverless yung term. I don't even know what serverless is means noon. But I met my mentor, Sir Jambe, yung picture na pinakita ko kanina. And you might go here as a peer na kasama yung mga friends nyo, classmates nyo. But true orientation, as in totoong orientation, is for you to get out of your inner circle pa. Kasi marami pa kayo ma-meet the people who will be amazing as you then. Alright? E-certificates, it can be stuck in your resume. Right? While professionals are dying to have that. Do not take this for granted. Ayun lang.
Thank you so much. Sino pa ang may tanong? I think someone from the crowd po in the middle aisle. Yan, stand up please. Hello, sobrang cute, sobrang Latina.
Ayun, hello. Kuya Asi, I would like to ask lang, how can I strengthen or enhance or maintain my public speaking as a student leader?
You have if I understand the question, how can you maintain public speaking? In a forum ba, kailan ba tayo nagpa-public speak?
Sa event.
Sa events, ano pa? Presentation, ano pa?
Pag-meet up with friends sa coffee shop at may sisiraing buhay.
Yan, pwede, right?
Sabihin yung hindi nyo ginawa yon.
Okay. Public speaking, it's a completely different skills. Okay, totoo yun. And speaking is a complete different skills as well. Kapag kayo nangunguna sa backstaban ng mga ka-group nyo, public speaking. Kapag kayo nangunguna na binabackstab ng ibang tao, public speaking. But this is where my seminar or my talk starts. Are you using your skill for good or as a weapon? Are you could have used that backstabbing to convert it into something else. Right? And as student leader kasi, we are always in the role or in the verb of talking to people. As long as you're not going to be a noun, miss, ano ba name nun? An. Chai. Okay, Chai. Okay, so as long as you do not take your leadership for granted, right? Kasi mapapractice at mapapractice mo as long as you fulfill your responsibility as a student leader. Wala kang lugar maging student leader if hindi ka nagsasalita. Whether in a public space or simply communicating with one another. Kahit isang tao lang yan. Because true leaders speak. Yun lang. Continue what you're doing. You're already there, right?
Okay.
That's nice.
Tama. So meron pa tayo isa dito, Kuya
Meron
Asi.
pa.
Ayan, si Kurt from BSIT, third year.
Okay. Take it away, Kurt.
Hello, Kuya Asi. So, you're an amazing person. So,
love you.
So, tanong ko po is, how early did you discover na you're into technology? Or is it before college, alam nyo na ito yung track niya na kukunin? And what's your advice to those students na still in doubt with their track? And, ayun, so yun.
So the first question is how did I start?
Yes po, yes.
It started nung bata, it started when I was senior high school. I was torn between becoming a lawyer, becoming a doctor, or becoming a cybersecurity. Right? Kasi yung program ko na, or yung senior high school track ko na, nung senior high ako, is STEM healthcare. So I do not have a calculus, but I have medicine, pharmacy, etc. Right? So I was torn. Pero eventually, pinili ko yung cybersecurity. I chose the computer science track. I started kasi alam ko na yung gusto kong mangyari. I started because I have options. For me, a lot of students actually ask me din, kaya kasi hindi ko alam kung ano kukunin ko sa career ko. For me, the true question isn't about you don't know, but it's just that there are too many options out there that you have decision fatigue on which track you're going to do. Kasi imposibleng hindi nyo alam yung cybersecurity. Hindi posibleng hindi nyo alam yung software engineer. Imposibleng hindi nyo alam yung ibang mga technology career out there. But the real problem is you do not have a practical or relevant exposure in these options. Right? And that's where the problem starts. There are too many options out there. Right? Either mag-cybersecurity ka, mag-software engineer, mag-database administrator, vulcanizer, anything that you want, right? But decision fatigue happen. When I say decision fatigue, the inability to make a decision because it's an overwhelming decision na hindi natin alam kung saan tayo pupuntahan. And each domain kasi like software engineer, cybersecurity, it's a different ocean each one. When we say it's a different ocean, kapag pumunta ka ng track ng software engineering na career, anong software engineering kukunin mo? Software engineering ba for AI? Software engineering ba for something else? For cybersecurity naman, maraming cybersecurity, offense or defense ba? Compliance ba? Governance ba? Marami. That is why this kind of program exists. When I created AWS Cloud Club Philippines, I want them to have relevant exposure on the industry trend. Kaya nga nalaman ko na yung so far yung gusto kong para sa akin, which is solutions architect. Kapag nandito lang kayo sa orientation, you wouldn't know that kind of role. What is a solutions architect is. Research nyo yun, right? So my advice is please continue to show up. There's a reason why sila Kimi, sila Benedict, or yung mga executive ng mga core team na AWS Cloud Clubs,
Sir Puyo?
from different Metro Manila, go to different outside of Metro Manila na cloud clubs, go to Manila because nandun yung relevant exposure. And they come back here in their university because they want to share that practical experience and relevant exposure. That is why, yung nagulat ako na mandatory pala yung pagpunta dito. To be honest, I was quite disappointed. So bakit kailangan mandatory pa? So I realized that cloud clubs outside Manila does not have a proper exposure. So how can we do that? Right? Evangelize what you can evangelize, lead what you can lead. And yung career out there, for me, again, babalik tayo sa sinabi ko na you let yourself become students and you let yourself explore, and you let yourself commit mistakes. And that's okay. Okay? Because no one actually figure out life. Kahit yung mga 30 years old na, kahit si Paul Sears kanina, he haven't figured out what he should do in life. No one is. Kahit ako, freshman ako, gusto ko mag-cybersecurity. Second year, gusto ko naman maging cloud. Ngayon, pa-financial tech na ako. Right? No one actually figured it out. You don't need to figure it out. You don't need to stress yourself figuring out what's there or what's not. But simply continue going. And my only advice, stress what you can control. When we say stress what you can control, we do not need to worry about something that we're not in control of. Right? We only need to stress what we can control. What you can control now is for you to explore. What you cannot control is already happening na may industry gap nga. But that's not on you naman. Okay? Continue going. Chat ka lang sa Cloud Club captain mo. Kapag di ka na-applyan, pagalita ko siya.
Pag di ka na-reply, isumbong mo nang masisante natin yan. Joke lang. Kaka-elect lang po kasi niyan. So medyo binubuli-buli pa namin. Ayan. Before we continue with our short and sweet Q&A, I'm gonna call on Richie ng Silang. We have a guest. We have a celebrity.
Cue to music, Marilag.
Oo. Hindi nyo ba alam? In-invite namin dito si Dionella. Hoy! Ano ba kayo?
You know.
Ayan.
Hello?
You have something to say? Plug it?
Kung di nyo pa ako kilala, Richie nga pala na Silang. Ayun, so,
Single ka po ba? Single?
ano? Single? Yes.
Single ka. Single.
Hindi, sige, I know we're about to have our break time. Bago po sana tayo lumabas, daan po tayo sa photo booth. Para makuha natin yung mga magaganda at mga pogi yung mukha.
You know.
Okay. Nabobokay mo ang aking limbics. Ayan. So to end our Q&A portion, lahat po ng questions ninyo earlier, lalapit lamang po kayo sa ating mga officers and then we will be sending them to our speakers. Maraming salamat to our sponsor of the event, Tutorials Dojo. Maraming salamat din sa ating media partnerships and pasalamatan mo naman partner yung mga speakers natin.
Siyempre, big shout out kay Mr. Paul Sears na po. pumunta pa
huge
dito. May
shout
trabaho
out.
pa, 2 p.m. sa Makati.
Grind lang ng grind.
Dr. Sharon, syempre kay Kuya Asi for the,
Yes. Palakpakan naman natin mga speakers.
you know.
Ayan. You know.
So ano nga pala, may photo booth po tayo, libre lang yan. So if gusto nyo makipag-picture sa kaibigan nyo or kay crush, punta lang kayo kay Tayonela na nasa likod.
Yeah.
You know.
Ayan. And also, thank you po, Dr. Sharon. And also, ang ating mga guests from other schools, from other cloud clubs.
PUP
Ayan.
Manila.
Salamat po for taking the time.
Pero di po yung tapos, okay guys?
Di pa tayo tapos,
Di pa po tayo
ha?
tapos. So, in order for you to complete your e-certificate, you have to complete 2 sessions. So, tapos na tayo sa morning session. Mamaya, after lunch break, mag-resume po tayo. Then, may panelist naman tayo for more information.
Tama, totoo. Ayan, so kung gusto ninyo ng kompletong e-certificate at complete na excuse para talagang absent ka na for the whole day sa professor mo kasi nagpapa-exam siya. Spoiler alert, exam season po kasi namin ngayon.
Medyo guilty ako.
Attendan nyo yon because it's really needed, di ba?
Sabi ko kasi show up.
Oo, tama. Show up
100%
talaga.
show up.
So kung umabsent kayo, naalala na namin yung mga mukha ninyo, syempre, shout out namin kayo. Tapos wala kayo dito di na-post na kayo sa Facebook, bogus attendees, di ba? Wag naman.
Wag naman.
Ayan. So, ano na, wrap up na natin to para makakain na lahat, no?
Ano?
Ayan. So, everyone stand up.
Stand up tayo.
Ayan. Take a deep breath in 3, 2, 1. Hold it.
Inhale.
3.
Exhale. Isa pa. Inhale.
2, 3, hold.
Exhale.
2, 3, exhale. Salamat for attending. Give yourself a pat on the back and a round of applause. Kumain na tayong lahat.
We'll be right back
Yun, no?
for the afternoon session.
Yes. So,
Bago pa pala.
don't miss out.
Okay na pala. Okay na. Wala na. Di na. Sige na. You guys can go.
You guys
Go
can
for your lunch break.
Go eat na. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Balik po kayo ha. Huwag niyo kaming iiwan ha. Babalik kayo.
僕を連れ Shout out to PUP Manila. Okay, special thanks to Tutorials Dojo for sponsoring this event.
Shout out to Sir Nelson Lacson, the Supervisor of the Communication and Cybersecurity Division of PCU Dasmariñas. A big shout out again and special thanks to Miss Diana Joy Virtudazo, the Supervisor of the System Admin and Programming Division, Mr. Mark Gerald Patanghilog, the Supervisor of the Motion Graphics and Multimedia Website Division. Special thanks also to Mr. Jose Francisco Perona, the Supervisor of the Network and Technical Division, and to Mr. Jason A. Suspeña, the Program Head, Information of Technology. We will be right back for Ascend Beyond Limits afternoon session after this lunch break.
Okay,
May part 2 pa, may part 2. Calling all available PCU AWS officers, please proceed here to the center stage. We need something from you guys. Thank you.